her bow, shooting the sacred arrow towards the dark forest. No matter how hard she tried, she failed and was controlled. So how did she get out of there? Let's find out. Once upon a time, there were once mystical creatures in the forest. And humans coexisted peacefully until they began to attack people whenever they went into deep forests. Therefore, the humans gradually established fortified fortifications as well as destroyed the creatures to protect themselves. And as the years went by, the land welcomed its next heir, the proud, powerful Princess Numa. Along with the sacred bow, which was capable of absorbing the souls of mystical beings to become stronger, and the mighty wolf that has been passed down all along, Numa was ready to carry out her lofty tasks. Due to her impatience to become the greatest ruler, Numa decided to do what her predecessors had never done, is taking away the soul horns of the satyr in the deep forest to possess the ultimate power. On the way, Numa met an injured person, so she rushed to help and asked if the injury was caused by a scary creature or not. This wound was caused by my careless fall. But before I met the princess, I was saved by a big glowing horn creature. A big creature? But there's no way they would save people. But I'm telling you the truth. According to your description, his features are very similar to the satyr. So where did he go? The creature goes this way, but you must not hurt him. If it's the satyr, once he gets angry, the land will suffer a lot. People are the one who rule this land, so I believe a little satyr won't bring any trouble. Despite the advice of the people, Numa kept looking for the satyr. With her skill in finding mysterious creatures that was trained since she was a kid, Numa easily found the satyr's hideout. Only when she tried to raise the bow, the satyr suddenly turned to look at her, causing the sacred bow to suddenly vibrate and bloom strangely, wrapping her arms tightly. I can't give up. I must become the greatest heir in this land. And finally, the horns of the satyr were taken under the arrow of Numa. However, the princess was excited about the feat. Then the satyr gazed and made her arm to blush. Not just that, the satyr's body also gradually turned to rock and emitted smoke around. Numa panicked and ran away, but everything around her began to collapse. When Numa woke up, she found herself surrounded by the wolf spirit with some strange creatures and a young man her age. Who are you? What happened to my arm? You did this?
I am Sun, the sun raised by the mystical creatures of this forest. And if it wasn't for these creatures here who wanted me to save you because you got guilty to the satire and be punished, you couldn't be here to threaten us like that.
Is that true, Wolf? It can't be. Humans and mystical creatures are rivals. No way they would save people. And you are human. You should not live here and get affected by the rude and grumpy actions.
You can mock me, but you have no right to talk about the mystical creatures who have been carrying me since childhood like that. Follow me.
It hurts. After that, Sun dragged Numa out to see how bad the forest was. What's going on?
The creatures here saw you took the horns of the satyr, the source of his magic, so now he couldn't control the power, and creating dark smoke which is destroying the forest. Moreover, the creatures here said that the jewel of the wolf spirit has a strong connection to the spirit sanctuary where the new horns of the satyr are kept, because the horns are part of the mysterious creature and the only free spirit now. So that jewel will glow and show us how to find the horns and lift the curse on your hands.
Although Numa understood what Sun explained, her self-respect did not allow her to cooperate with him and any other mystical creatures. Even if I had to find a way to cure this wound or pay for my mistake,
I wouldn't believe we could be on the same team.
So even though Sun stopped them, Numa tried to cut them off and leave. However, since she was carrying the curse, her health gradually weakened and not as persistent as before. She had to stop and regain stamina after walking for a while. While resting, Numa saw the children being thrown into the sky by a mysterious creature, so she panicked and decided to rescue. But when she found out that they were just having a good time together, Numa, on the way out for a few days, also realizes that people here lived in harmony with mystical creatures like Sun. She was surprised and curious to get to know the place more. But suddenly, an explosion happened. Expanding territories made everything soaked in smoke. At that moment, Numa saw Sun appeared and helped people escape the seismicity caused by the explosion. She also wanted to give a hand. Only her cursed arm suddenly trembled, moving uncomfortably and raising its bow towards the other group of deforesters. Fortunately, Sun and the creatures helped Numa control herself.
Why is my hand so sore and hard to control?
Because the satyr hated the destroyer of the forest to expand the irrational territory. When he saw the scene, his curse was strong on you and wanted to borrow your hand to punish them.
Unexpectedly, there are some people who cause such guilt. So the creatures here are angry and must resist when they see them invading. In addition, I have always assumed that people and creatures here cannot live in harmony until they see firsthand that all species can have fun together. I understand that I was correct and will go with him to find the new horns for the satyr.
Then they followed the guidance of the wolf spirit and reached the spirit sanctuary, where has a new pair of horns for the satyr. Suddenly, Old Face woke up and suggested they solve the puzzle before going inside.
You who wish to enter the Holy Spirit, tell me, where is the coldest place in life?
It's where it snows the most.
Wrong answer.
Why wrong?
It's wrong because the coldest place is the human heart.
In the past, I myself did a lot of damage to the surrounding creatures, even though I had warned.
I'm also selfish. I'm just worried about empowering myself without knowing how illegal deforestation has affected everyone here. So if you know and see the heartache and ignore it without help, it is then that the human heart becomes the coldest place in life.
Exactly.
You're good, princess.
Answering, the gate opened, revealing the new pair of gorgeous horns that made Sun unable to hold back, but rushed to take them.
Wait, I missed the horns of the satyr.
Very simple, and not so proud like that.
What?
Sun had no idea he had inadvertently awakened the angry monster skeletons here and attacked them. Numa and Sun try to fight the monster, but it's too strong to resist. Not only that, Numa's hand trembled more and more, not allowing her to continue fighting, so she and Sun were defeated easily by monsters. While Sun was trying to hold the monster back, Numa realized that the spirits in the cave were coming towards her archangel as if begging for something.
Please, give back our soul, our freedom.
It turned out that because the sacred bow had kept many of the creatures' pure souls captive, the other skeletons begged her to set their souls free. However, if Numa snapped the sacred bow, the wolf spirit would also disappear. If she didn't do it, those skeletons would not let them get the horns of the satyr to save the forest and the people. Wolf, do you want me to break the sacred bow because you understand the pain of the souls and also want to heal those grudging skeletons? Seeing the response of the wolf spirit, Numa, though heartbroken, finally broke the sacred bow. The light from the sacred bow radiated brightly. helping angry souls to escape supernaturally.
The full skeletons are also gradually dissipated and turned into a pair of horns for the satyr. Then together, they brought the new horns to the satyr to lift the curse. In the light of the miracle, the satyr comes alive and helps the forest return to peace, breaking the curse on Numa's arm, as well as giving life to the wolf spirit.
Princess Numa, after all this experience, you've had a lot of lessons.
Yes, I understand better that I should not be conservative, not take the advice of people who want to be good for me. In particular, I realize that the lives of people and creatures in this forest can live in harmony and happiness with each other.
I'm glad you realize this, and hope that you will lead the land for the better.
From there, she began to rule the land in a more prosperous, sustainable way, where people and creatures develop together with sun and wolf.
In town, there is a custom that no matter how important things are, men don't stay awake after 20 hours. Because after that time, an extremely scary ghost Giselle lady with long hair, a dark face, and a transparent body suspended in the air will wander through every nook and cranny in search of men. Ghost Giselle read a poem in a scary Ghost Giselle voice. "Oh, spirits who sleep in the bodies, hear my summon. You are all ready. Don't pretend. Stay quiet or flee. Now it's time. Let's groan and flee." This young couple, Ethan and Amy, came from another town. Being prohibited by their families, they decided to flee together.
So listen to my advice, young couple. The darkness is close. If you want to live, go find a safe place. Unexpectedly, the people in this town are that superstitious. You don't believe that either, do you, Amy? Amy?
Hey, Ethan.
Huh? What? You didn't answer all of a sudden, making me...
Ethan! What's wrong with you? Ethan! Answer me! Ethan could not have guessed. That voice was not his lover's. It belonged to a ghost Giselle. Are you a ghost Giselle? You absorbed Ethan's soul? At this moment, Amy's anxiety, strength and love dissipated her fear. She wept and knelt and begged the ghost Giselle to let go of her boyfriend. "I accept any deal for bring Ethan back, even by my soul or body." "Well, a amorous girl again. When I was alive, I was so stupid like that. When I was alive, I also had a name. What was it again? Ah, Giselle. Because of poverty, I was sold to a noble family to impose our debts. That family is very wicked, often exiling me in lashes. Once, fetching water from the nearby river, I met Liam, the hunter from another town.
Sorry to startle you.
We hit the thunder of love, fast to love each other. Liam even said he'd take out everything he had to redeem me. I thought that love was forever. But the nobles were extremely greedy, took Liam's huge money, and then dared to double time. They want me to marry another old kinship. There was no other way. I and Liam decided to meet and run away in the night. I came to the rendezvous point, waited and waited forever, but he didn't come. The only thing that welcomes me is the rich man who brings his slaves and make me go home.
Stupid girl. Come back to me. The man you've been waiting for won't come. He took my money to show me this place. Come on, you poor girl. I have found you a good marriage. And when you marry him,
You will never worry about food or clothes again.
With anger and fear, I decided to end my life. Since then, I've turned into a ghost Giselle, pretending to suck men's souls from day to day. Spirits can't escape until there's no such thing as a resentment. The only way I can fall is to take revenge on the man who betrayed me. Then you have to go get revenge on the right people. Why harm innocent people? I'd love to, but it is very difficult because the ghost Giselle in the Sissipate. At the same time, the silver trader Liam's town has an anti-spooky world. Without a complete body, I can't go with. I can give the soul back to your lover on one condition. Really? I agree. You are a fool that agree immediately when you don't even know the conditions. I won't hurt you. You just need to lend me your body to avenge the treacherous. Alright, I agree. As long as you don't use my body for other evil purpose. As in the Covenant, the ghost Giselle returned the soul to Ethan and borrowed Amy's body. She brought Ethan to her old boyfriend's village. Along the way, Giselle realized Ethan was a nice and warm guy. You've already known the one inside this body is me, but why are you still so considerate?
Don't think too much. I just don't want her body to get hurt.
At night, they met the wolves, and for protecting Giselle, Ethan was seriously injured. The ghostess began to have feelings. She thought it was love, and gradually had the thought of making Ethan her own man. What if I kept living in Amy's body? Will you love me too?
Forget about it. Love is compensated by memories, not just by the same appearance.
They got back to the town and met a night hunter. Then they went on to ask for what had happened.
I just got back to town. I don't know.
Liam.
This name is quite familiar. Looks like he's been passed away for a long time.
It can't be. I don't believe it. If I can't finish him myself, I'm still a ghostess. How can I leave this world without solving my resentment? I can't accept this. If it's no salvation for me, I'm going to use Amy to get your soul to forever beside me. In front of them was a deep edge that no one can see the bottom. And if Ethan fell down, he would be gone forever. The ghostess Giselle in Amy's body approached the man. Taking advantage of the moment Ethan didn't notice, she intended on pushing him downward. But right at the moment when her hands touched him, Amy's soul inside her body suddenly awakened. No! Ethan, run! The ghostess was more powerful than Amy herself. She continued to storm towards Ethan. Amy did not want herself to take her lover's life, of course. However, if she kept hesitating until the ghostess completely took over her body, she would most likely hurt him. So Amy decided to sacrifice herself and jumped into the abyss.
No! Amy, no!
Amy! Don't believe in men's love, which can disappear in just a blink of an eye. I'm a victim of that vanity of love myself. No, we are not the same. You got hurt by a bad person, but you can't impose that thoughts on any others. I will absolutely not become another you. Get hurt and try to hurt innocent people. The ghostess still controlled Amy's body and tried to pull the man down. Ethan, let it go. Please, let me go. Don't hurt yourself anymore.
No, I'd rather die than let you go.
Maybe if someone had to go, it would be me. Your love is beautiful. I don't like you as much as I thought. It's just an admiration for the way you love her. The ghostess Giselle also no longer felt the meaning of existence. She decided to leave Amy's body, spared her for the rest of her life. The dawn began to rise, the light shone down. Giselle's soul slowly dissipated. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ethan. Thanks to both of you, I've learned a lot. The real reason I can't get salvation is because I've taken the souls of so many men and put the girls in an unfortunate situation like me. Even if my vengeance on Liam was successfully, the fact that I am no longer belong to this world, it is impossible for me to be happy. Meanwhile, if I'd given up and chose to reincarnate, the ghostess Giselle then completely vanished and left behind a necklace with the left half of the heart. At this moment, a man from the village appeared.
Are you looking for Liam, my brother?
So this is Liam's brother. Liam really did not abandon Giselle as the lie from the evil rich man's words. On the way to meet Giselle, he was severely beaten by that rich man. When Liam knew that the bad things was about to come, he ran back to the village and called for help. But in the very end, Liam couldn't take it any longer. It was too painful facing the death of his brother. He did not leave immediately. By the time he remembered his brother's final words, the lady Giselle was already followed his brother's steps. The brother sadly handed out a special necklace that his brother left behind, which was the right half of the heart, the love token of the Giselle and Liam. The necklace suddenly glowed, which made Liam and Giselle's soul appear, choking and embracing each other. I sincerely wish you both happiness and absolute happy to continue to spread faith and true love to this world. At the very end, Giselle and Liam clenched hands together and happily leave.
How were the children brought into the world? In the land of magical fairies, there existed an annual festival. Families who wished for children would come to the sacred tree on this day, and there they would collect eggs to care for at home. This year, even the king and queen took part as one of the participating couples. Hundreds of colourful eggs overflowed, stirring their hearts with excitement. The queen's gaze, however, was fixated on a single plain egg, seemingly forgotten in a distant corner. The solitude of this egg touched the hearts of the queen and the king. They decided to choose it. Have you decided to choose this little one?
Let's go home together.
Without any alteration, just 3 months later, they would have a beautiful white butterfly princess or prince. What would this butterfly's appearance be like? Subscribe now to WOA Fairy Tales to find out. However, what the royal family didn't anticipate was that from that egg, a spider fairy emerged instead of a butterfly.
Father? Mother?
After overcoming their initial shock, the king and queen still chose to love her spider daughter.
Oh, little Nomi, no matter what you are, we will always love you.
But Nomi's grandmother held a different view, being demanding and valuing royalty above all else. She did not show any affection towards her. Living amidst a beautiful swarm of butterflies, despite her parents' constant efforts to comfort her, Nomi, an outsider, still experienced moments of loneliness. As time passed, the love of the king and queen had to be shared with another child on the next child-receiving day. This time, the king and queen had a true beautiful fairy, Adela, Nomi's younger sister. Unlike the gentle and timid Nomi, Adela was mischievous and full of energy. Adela even joined in the teasing of her older sister, echoing the rumors she heard.
Adela, you shouldn't behave like that. Children teasing each other. What harm does it bring? Don't make our beautiful Adela afraid.
As the years passed, the two children grew. Their contrasting personalities became more apparent.
Truly my granddaughter. If only your older sister had half of your liveliness, it would ease my heart.
If I mimic Adela, will my parents and grandmother love me as they love her?
Yet, this possibility seemed far-fetched, as Adela would immediately shy away in embarrassment whenever Nomi attempted to befriend her. This led to an unintentional incident, where Nomi's attempt to mimic Adela became a subject of laughter among their peers. Despite this, Nomi still loved and admired Adela. Once, Nomi forgot herself and instinctively to catch Adela before she fell during a performance. It's Spider Silk! Princess Nomi shot out Spider Silk! Since then, Nomi became an outcast among the fairies, avoided by all. Naturally introverted, Nomi withdrew even further. Yet, this gave her the freedom to be herself without pretense. During her lonely days, Nomi discovered her love for sewing. From then on, Nomi's designs grew in fame, spanning from dresses to silken accessories. Even Adela couldn't deny her sister's talent.
Unbelievable! This spider fairy creates such beautiful dresses.
Exactly! If she weren't a spider, she could have played with us. Their admiration was directed at Nomi's creations, not her as a person. One day, the fairy butterfly clan welcomed a special guest.
I mean no harm. I am Nomi's mother.
Lies! How could you have lost her? Nomi is our daughter, the butterfly princess.
I didn't mean for this to happen. It's my fault. I accidentally lost her that year. For all these years, I've been tormented, losing sleep and appetite, hoping to find her again.
Regardless, the truth is that Nomi has become a butterfly princess. With the tensions between our clans, it's better for you to leave.
But was she ever happy here? Or was she just an outsider to you?
Dear parents, she's right. I'm not a butterfly fairy. I better leave.
And so, with Nomi's decision, after the Grand Spring Festival, she would return to the land of the spiders with her birth mother. During her final days among the butterfly clan, Nomi felt the love and care from everyone. Even her grandmother, who had always disliked her as an outsider, seemed somewhat less cold towards her. Until a horrifying event shook their world. Overnight, all the spring blossoms that the butterfly clan had nurtured were destroyed.
The spider did this.
No, it wasn't me. Father, Mother, please believe me. That's right. There must be a misunderstanding.
However, Nomi couldn't defend herself when a fairy stood up and accused her of sneaky actions the previous night.
Please, let me help everyone fix the consequences.
Don't make matters more complicated.
Alone that night, Nomi burst into tears. Nomi, however, couldn't explain that she had secretly met her mother that night. Her mother was the Spider Queen. If she revealed herself without permission, a war between the clans would break out. Then, a letter from her mother arrived, outlining a plan to clear Nomi's name by shifting the blame onto Adela, the proud fairy who had bullied her. The day of the final festival arrived. Adela insisted on wearing the dress Nomi had prepared for her performance. Spider Queen chuckled as her plan was near completion.
Well done, my dear. Just wait until she starts singing. My rain-making army will activate. The dress woven from unique silk will get wet, releasing toxic fumes that will destroy everything, right?
Well, what?
The raindrops simply caused Adela's dress to emanate a radiant rainbow glow, attracting bees that helped the flowers bloom.
It's all thanks to Nomi's hard work.
Nomi had never followed her mother's plan. That night, Adela had come to her room and confessed her trust in her sister. Adela had always been grateful to Nomi for saving her, but hadn't expressed it due to her own insecurities. They devised a plan together to thwart the Spider Queen while ensuring the festival's success.
How dare you! I'm your real mother! At the times when I needed you most, where were you? I figured it all out. You're just using me. But the butterfly family always cared for me, even though it wasn't always easy.
Would you like to visit Nomi? Take this with you. It's Nomi's favorite food.
Indeed, Nomi remained a cherished member of the butterfly clan.
What's wrong being a spider? She's kind and much better than all of you. Give that back.
Perhaps I should have thrown you into the butterfly clan, you useless.
Realizing she could no longer depend on Nomi, the Spider Queen gave signal and revealed her true intent army. Nomi also firmly assisted her parents in defending against the spider swarm. In the face of danger, the butterfly parents stood by Nomi's side. Even in the sneak attack of the Spider Queen, Adela was knocked down while trying to save her sister.
Sister, I'm sorry. I'm glad to be your sister.
The villain was punished, and though Princess Adela couldn't witness it, her body didn't dissolve but transformed into a beautiful rainbow egg. Nomi, with the help of a rainbow dress she wove, had shielded Adela's soul from the spider's venom, enabling her resurrection.
Let's go home together.
In the days leading up to Adela's return, Nomi was welcomed and embraced as a savior by the butterfly clan. Using her powers, she not only crafted countless beautiful dresses, but also enhanced the productivity of the butterfly community. And so, a happily ever after ending was woven into their lives. In a forgotten era, there lived a kingdom which was never lack of food, and the people there could live a comfortable life without having to work. There was so much food that it could be traded with neighboring countries, bringing wealth to the kingdom.
A ticket to the kingdom for anyone who subscribes to the WOA Fairy Tales channel. The ship will depart as soon as 1 million people subscribe.
All of this was thanks to the efforts of King Zemis, the one who possessed a powerful chest that created endless food for everyone.
Thanks to the noble King Zemis, who helped the goddess Amalthea in difficult times, we now live so comfortably.
But one day, the magical chest lost its power, and no food appeared.
Where has all the food gone?
King Zemis, who was enjoying a life of luxury, couldn't bear the scarcity.
People, from now on, everyone must work for me, and all their wealth must be handed over to my palace. Those who do not obey will be severely punished.
From a kingdom where people only had to enjoy life, now everyone had to work much harder, and illnesses became more and more popular.
Freya, my daughter, come here and take a rest.
Even Freya, the most beautiful girl in the kingdom, had to work diligently to help her family. The difficult life caused her parents to become seriously ill, so Freya worked even harder to support them. One morning, Freya found a wounded female goat in the garden and brought it home to take care of it. Freya's father knew that his daughter had just saved a goat.
You just take good care of it, my daughter. When it recovers, we will be able to get goat's milk to sell.
Felt pity for the wounded goat, but couldn't let her father's condition worsen, so she had to follow his advice. After a long time of caring, the goat finally recovered. The sale of goat's milk brought some money to Freya's family, but it still wasn't enough to fully cure her parents.
I tried my best. Is there any way to save my parents?
Suddenly, the goat nudged Freya and tugged at her dress, as if trying to lead her somewhere. Freya curiously looked at the goat heading to the forest. Then, she decided to follow it. Both of them walked for a long time until they came upon a vast and beautiful meadow where thousands of goats were grazing. From a distance, a beautiful woman approached Freya.
Hello, I am the goddess of abundance, Amalthea, who watches over this beautiful plain. Hello, goddess. This must be your goat. I found it wounded, so I took care of it. I believe it now wants to return to you. Really, thank you. It brought you here to meet me for a reason. What's wrong with you?
Freya told the goddess the entire story of the kingdom's current situation. It seemed to help the goddess realize something.
So it's Zenas. Freya, you and the people were misled.
Long ago, the meadow welcomed humans, and they all enjoyed the food from the magical chest and the peace together. But one day, the goddess discovered that her magical chest was stolen. Amalthea goddess was really angry, but she couldn't retrieve it because she was forbidden to enter the human world. She also limited human access to the meadow.
The chest couldn't sustain indefinitely without my magic. This is the consequence of lazy humans relying on the power of the divine. So it was King Zenas who stole the goddess's chest, and it's not a gift.
Freya looked at the displeased goddess, but for her parents, she tried to beg the goddess once again.
We were wrong to rely on the power of the chest. Please forgive us and help my family, my goddess.
Seeing Freya's earnest plea, Goddess Amalthea felt compassion and decided to show her the way.
All right, because you also saved my goat. Follow my instructions if you want to save your parents. Bring the magical chest to me, and I will provide the medicine for your family.
Freya thanked the goddess and was transported back to the kingdom. She immediately went to King Zemis's castle, trying to find a way to sneak inside. Suddenly, Freya accidentally bumped into a nobleman. Startled, she tried to run away, but she was caught immediately.
Who are you? And why are you sneaking around here?
Freya felt that this person was not ordinary, so she remained silent, fearing she might be discovered stealing the chest.
I am Prince Brian. If you don't speak quickly, I'll have you arrested and punished.
Freya was in a hurry to retrieve the medicine for her parents, so she told Prince Brian the truth about the magical chest and the task given to her by Goddess Amalthea. Brian was shocked by the revelation about his father. He had witnessed the hardship and suffering of the people because of his father's greed over the past few days.
Let me help you find the chest. I want to free the people from this hunger and poverty.
Brian believed that Freya sneaking into the castle was dangerous, and she could easily be suspected due to her appearance. So he took her to a free merchant's beauty salon to help her change her appearance. Although Freya was already beautiful, her new glamorous attire made her even more radiant. Despite their different social backgrounds, Brian's politeness and refinement made a deep impression on Freya. After the transformation, Brian took Freya back to the castle and introduced her to King Zemis as his fiancée. King Zemis was pleased to see Freya and was delighted that his eldest son had found someone to love. He agreed to hold a wedding for them on a suitable day.
Freya, stay here and rest for a few days. Brian, arrange accommodations for your fiancé.
Brian and Freya thanked King Zemis. Both were waiting for the right time to retrieve the chest. One night, Brian took Freya to a small room next to King Zemis' bedroom. The magical chest, which had once created endless food, was now an empty container sitting silently in the room. When Freya lifted the chest, a strange noise rang out, startling both of them. A hidden secret room behind a wardrobe was revealed. The two entered the secret chamber and discovered the missing queen who had disappeared years ago, lying quietly in a corner.
Queen! Why are you here?
Brian's exclamation alarmed King Zemis, who quickly woke up and rushed to the adjacent room to see what was happening.
Who's there?
Freya heard King Zemis and hurriedly pulled Brian away before they could be caught. King Zemis, unable to see clearly who had just run past, ordered his guards to capture the suspected intruders and then proceeded to inspect the secret room.
Capture those two immediately!
King Zemis felt relieved when he saw that the queen was still there, but next to her was a necklace that belonged to Brian. He realized that Prince Brian had discovered the truth and had hurriedly went find him. Freya led Brian into the forest in an attempt to find the meadow of Goddess Amalthea, but couldn't remember the path to get there. King Zemis pursued them, calling Brian's name and running as fast as he could. Suddenly, a strange light enveloped Freya, Brian, and King Zemis, transporting them to a different realm. Goddess Amalthea brought all three of them to her meadow. Freya quickly returned the magical chest to its owner. After being returned to its owner, the chest immediately restored its magic, causing food to be produced again. Suddenly, King Zemis rushed toward the goddess, attempting to seize the chest from her. Brian was so surprised, but he tried to rush there to stop his father from making a big mistake.
Brian, release me! I need the chest to save your mom!
It turned out that due to her inherent weakness, the Queen fell into a deep sleep after giving birth to healthy Brian. Zemis loved his wife deeply and spent all his wealth by exporting food to bring doctors from far and wide to cure her, but with no success. Not wanting Brian to blame himself for causing the Queen's illness, King Zemis concealed the truth about her condition. When he saw Brian distracted, he tried to escape, but Goddess Amalthea easily used her powers to take the chest from him. Freya witnessed the entire situation and felt empathy for King Zemis and Prince Brian.
Honorable Goddess Amalthea, please save my kingdom this time. We promise to work diligently and earn our living by our own efforts.
Seeing that they had all learned a valuable lesson, Goddess Amalthea agreed to help those pitiful people.
Freya, this is my promise to you. Thank you for your help. And King Zemis, you have committed a great offense against me. To save your queen, you must renounce your throne, or else I will punish your queen and your son.
With his great love for the Queen, King Zemis agreed to the goddess's condition.
Brian, my son, take the throne from me and restore the kingdom with your own efforts.
Brian, in order to save the Queen, fulfilled his father's wish and kept his promise, agreed to the goddess's conditions. Goddess Amalthea was pleased to provide the healing medicine and then return them to the kingdom. The miraculous medicine she provided helped all those who had been sick recover their health. King Zemis gave the throne to Prince Brian and left the royal palace, as he had promised to the goddess. Brian became the king and married Freya. Together, they cared for their citizens, providing them with a happy and abundant life. From then on, the kingdom celebrated an annual festival in honor of Goddess Amalthea for saving their kingdom and praying for bountiful harvests.
Your nose out, or your life ended. That's what stupid wizards describe this place? In
the wizarding world, when we reached adulthood, we all had to go on a quest to assess our ability to become a true wizard. If you did not pass, you would have to leave the wizarding village to live in this gloomy swamp.
So you're so bad that you were sent here?
I'm Akasha, the ultimate teenage dark wizard of all time.
I'm just kidding. What a hot temper. Wait for me. I want to go to the human world with you. So what is the quest to access a wizard?
Help people make their missions come true.
Huh? I remember you have no love for humans.
Just wait and see. It'll be fun. As I thought, the eager atmosphere of the apprentice wizard filled the entire room. Oh, of course the atmosphere was a little less joyful when you saw me. Before taking on the quest, those adorable little wizards would be given a sorting hat. The hat analyzed the abilities of each wizard and decided which kind of wizard they would be from now on.
Oh, I wonder what my hat will be. Plants, fire, or water elements.
Oh, will there be skulls on the hat?
Don't be a weathered hat, and don't team up with her, Jenna and Florence.
Well, after a while, it's true that God gave us what we hated. My team seemed to be full of members who weren't very happy with their abilities. Our mission was to help a human harvest new crops and drum new seeds. Was this really supposed to be a mission? They must be joking. The tension in the air persisted during the transfer. Wendy possessed the ability to control the weather and loved to take care of flowers, so she always thought she must become a plant wizard. Florence, the plant wizard, compared to being a wizard, she seemed to prefer flying on the back of a bird. Finally, Jenna was a timid, fragile little girl. She seemed to prefer being a weather wizard to turn into rain rather than being able to control animals as she was now. Especially more interesting, the three of them hated each other.
Did you guys find this mission too easy for us?
I could smell it. They were about to do something great. That is obvious, Harvest. Isn't this something anyone can do? No need for the power of a wizard.
I know everyone doesn't like your own ability. So now what about exchanging hats? Everyone can use the ability they love.
And then each person will do her own way to perform the task, as long as we meet at the starting place at the end of the day. Deal! It was more interesting than I thought. Things that didn't go to plan, well, I expected things to be messed up. Wendy was always the fastest. She took the vacant land. Instead of helping humans sow seeds, Wendy quickly created giant pumpkins.
Well, is there anything more difficult?
However, the joy did not last long. Those pumpkins grew and grew until they exploded. It was all water inside. They quickly turned into floods, flooding the fields, including areas with unharvested crops. Two good teammates did not seem to intend to help their friend overcome the consequences. The garden was the area that belonged to Florence. She confidently recited an incantation to call the birds to come and help her harvest.
Ah! Why are all the birds destructive like this? Don't make a mess! Get away!
Hey, I'm not making a mess.
Soon the garden was in ruins like Wendy's field just now. Before the catastrophic mistake of her teammates, Jenna was not easily discouraged. Well, what a commendable virtue. I knew she was trying to prove she was the most excellent one. However, instead of driving away the bad birds, Jenna surprised me in another way. She really had the ability to become a villainous wizard. Look at the ice monster she created. No, impossible.
Are you stupid, Jenna? Run!
From what I can see, you are all equally food and useless. Do you still think the task is too easy? so let me help you make it a little more difficult.
You are a wizard, but you are helping an ice monster. It doesn't matter, as long as it makes me stronger. Bro, let's conquer the human village.
Akasha, you're crazy! If the mission fails, we are not done! Really? How are you going to punish me? Chase me to that swamp? Don't tell me that you don't know I was born there. Come on! If you can't chase me, come here and punish me yourself.
Oh no! Without the hat, we would be worthless.
The ice monster didn't let me down. It soon cornered my 3 adorable little wizards to the end.
We can't do it alone. We need to work together.
It's no use. The wizard's powers follow the hat. Yet the little Wendy created magic. Those idiots didn't know that the true inner power that the hat possessed for them wouldn't be lost even without the hat.
Got it. It's my turn.
Huh?
The ice monster didn't disappoint me. He quickly transformed into an ice bow and arrows, shooting arrows at Wendy. Oh no, he was not as agile as I expected. The light Wendy created grew more and more intense, causing the monster to scream in pain, his outer ice armor slowly melting. The time to watch the drama ended here. I still had to handle them myself.
You can't defeat my ally. Great! I know they're nothing compared to you. Come on, Dark Wizard. What are we going to do next? Look at those pathetic little brats. How dare you ruin my ice armor? See how I punish you.
Idiot.
What are you doing?
This was the end of the ones who were talkative and conceited. It was time to go home. Oh, I forgot. If you don't want to come to Gloomy Swamp to meet me, hurry up and clean up the mess. There really was no place like home. Being in contact with honest wizards for too long was exhausting.
Traitor! What do you really want? I thought we were villainous allies.
Ally? I remember I never said I would be on your side, right? Villainous? It sounds good, but half-baked villains like you annoy me too much. It would be better if your ambitions were as limited as your intelligence. Oh, my dear friends seem to have achieved their goal.
Why do you make me stronger?
Don't you think wizards love to care for others and like to work redundantly? No pain, no gain. Humans are starting to rely too much on wizards just because wizards are always running to help. That's not helping. Obviously, they were making humans be weaker. Besides, the group of apprentice wizards had friction at the beginning, and there were too many contradictions. Only when they have a common enemy threatening their interests and lives can they unite together.
Liar! You dare to use me? If I can't get out, let's see if you can still be as cocky as you are now.
I'm waiting! Now say hello to the villains in my collection.
Forgiveness is a good thing, but forgiving betrayal is always a mistake. Everywhere was filled with joy at the wedding of Sophia and Cooper. She was the princess of the Kingdom of the Sea, never in love and only wanting to find a deserving person. And he was a talented prince, incredibly wealthy, sweet and polite.
Does anybody object to this marriage?
I object!
Things took a turn for the worse when Sophia's rival, the Princess of the Green Forest, appeared.
How dare you ruin my happiness, Grace? Today should have been my wedding, and Cooper should have been the groom.
Oh, my naive little girls. He had given them love, which made them willing to enter into marriage. They dreamed of a complete love, only to receive unforgettable humiliation.
You wretch! Were you the one spreading rumors to bring me here?
The overflowing emotions of passionate love and the pain of betrayal caused the two girls to react strongly. Why cry? Without me, there would be someone else. Because he was a deceitful prince, skilled at seduction and stealing the hearts of unsuspecting princesses. Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow the story. Avery worked as a server in a luxurious tavern. With her simple appearance and cold, indifferent nature, she seemed invisible to everyone. As she grew older, she became more indifferent, binding herself to a boring serving job. The tavern had a regular guest, Prince Cooper. Every month, he would bring a different princess to the tavern for a date. Avery despised Cooper because he reminded her of her father. Her father had abandoned her and her mother for another woman. Since then, she had lost faith in love and withdrawn into a dull life. Due to her deep hatred, Avery had tried many times to expose Cooper, but failed. But perhaps luck would come her way this time.
Do you know what he said to me? Without you, life has no meaning anymore. So marry me instead! Oh heavens, that wretched man!
Avery joined them and revealed Cooper's previous deceitful actions.
This is too much. We need someone who can make him suffer and experience the feeling of betrayal. But who? He has charmed almost every princess in the world. Not every princess yet.
Although Cooper had visited the tavern many times, he had never noticed Avery. To him, she was just a commoner, invisible. They would transform her into the ideal girlfriend and teach him a lesson.
For someone accustomed to getting everything he wants, Cooper will be impressed by an arrogant princess. Mysterious and acting submissive at the right moment. Remember!
The first encounter with Cooper happened at the tavern again. Sophia and Grace secretly gave Cooper a mysterious drink that made him behave foolishly. Do you know? You're so attractive.
You're insane!
What is this? Wait a minute. According to the plan, this was when Avery appeared, leaving Cooper stunned with just one glance. In the following days, Cooper sought to meet Avery continuously. Avery maintained an unpredictable attitude towards Cooper. Sometimes friendly and open, sometimes cold and icy, confusing him. He was going crazy because he had never made so much effort before. Come on, Avery. When will you agree to go on a date with me?
You? I don't know what's true anymore.
What do I have to do to prove my sincerity? I really mean it. Suddenly, a thief appeared, and Cooper immediately stood up to protect Avery. Avery pretended to be moved and accepted his 100th confession of love. The plan was on its way to perfect success. Avery and her accomplices laughed at Cooper's foolishness. However, things were not as easy as she thought. Cooper was overly sweet and genuinely caring. he actively learned about her interests and tenderly took care of her step by step. They spent many nights talking to each other. Avery kept reminding herself that it was all just a play, and he was still a villain.
Remember his true nature. Wake up!
On an unsuspecting night... Be careful, Avery!
Oh no, Cooper!
Avery caught him and helped treat his wounds. In this touching moment, a marriage proposal was just around the corner. Avery had prepared herself for a cheesy line he would say to countless other girls. But... Avery, I know I'm terrible, but for you, I will change. I want to be worthy of being by your side. Come on, let me show you this. Since childhood, I had been seriously ill and at risk of dying early. My mother made a deal with the demon to give me her remaining years in exchange for her revival. I couldn't bear it. Then sold my soul to the demon with the deal for my mother's revival. I swore to open the gates and bring the demon to the mortal world, using the broken hearts of the princesses as the main ingredient. I already have enough ingredients to complete the gateway, but I've decided not to open it anymore. Because now I love you! I want to live a redeemed life by your side forever!
Are these words true?
Avery began to feel conflicted about her revenge plan, and perhaps had developed some feelings for Cooper. She shared everything with Sophia and Grace.
Fantastic! This is evidence to put him in jail. And we'll attend his wedding wearing bridal gowns.
Cooper and Avery's wedding was splendid. The promiscuous prince finally found his life's destination. Sophia and Grace secretly blended into the wedding to witness the perfect ending of their play. Thank you for giving me the chance to change. Please let me love you for the rest of my life. Avery became more and more confused. If she continued to deceive him at this moment, she wouldn't be any better than him. She gritted her teeth and finally revealed the truth that everything was part of a revenge plan by the betrayed brides. Betrayed brides?
You will repent in prison!
Ironically, fate punished Cooper severely. The one he loved couldn't be with him, and she made him taste extreme agony.
Why cry?
Suddenly, the demon crashed the wedding and unleashed his fury. It turned out that one of the demon's minions had secretly observed Cooper and knew that he had abandoned his plan to open the gates of hell. Therefore, the minion brought the gateway to the wedding and completed it. The demon decided to punish Cooper. Grace and Sophia called upon mystical creatures from the ocean and the forest to join the battle. However, the darkened Cooper was too powerful, and they couldn't defeat him. Seeing the image of a corrupted Cooper in agony, Avery realized that she had indeed developed feelings for him.
I believe in you. Don't lose yourself.
This made him recall the moment when his mother passed away. How do ye want me to become?
Become whoever you want, as long as you live with integrity and treat others kindly. That will always make me proud of you. Don't lose yourself, my child.
At this moment, Cooper saw his mother's image in Avery. A sinful person like you deserves to go to hell with me.
No, Cooper!
But Cooper chose to atone for his mistakes. The shards of broken hearts scattered and returned to the deceived brides. There was one piece of a heart that he had given to the one he loved. After everything, Avery lived a positive and open life, ready to embrace love. Occasionally, she would remember Cooper and remind herself that true kindness could transform everything. She always had the choice to live a righteous life.
Once upon a time in the distant kingdom of Anmak, there existed a mischievous tribe of fox spirits living apart from the human world. The fox spirits, who were well known for their intelligence and agility, possessed a tail capable of creating extremely useful fire. However, in opposite to their ferocious appearance, the fox spirit tribe was really gentle and kind. During the night, they used their tails to create warm fires that illuminated and provided warmth for the entire kingdom. The fox spirit clan had always lived in secret, deep within the forest. However, recent rumors began to spread that the fox spirits were attacking humans. At the same time, human was also in panic and fear because many of them had mysteriously lost or been killed without clear reasons. Thus, the human started to doubt that the mysterious fox spirit tribe living deep in the forest had murdered them.
The fox spirits are the culprits. We were chased by a fire of fox spirit.
The villagers were terrified and determined to overthrow the fox tribe. Besides, the tribe of fox spirits became more mysterious with the appearance of Sophia, the fox princess. She was so beautiful, with 9 tails that set her apart from her own tribe, who only had 1 tail. The unique appearance attracted many discussions among the foxes.
Our princess has a really unique tail.
What good is having 9 tails if you can't create fire? It's useless. That's the fact. Sophia was born in a mysterious red moon night with 9 beautiful tails, but she possessed no special magical abilities, not even the power to create fire. This worried the king and queen as they feared for Sophia's future without any extraordinary powers. Under the protection of the king and the queen, Sophia grew up happily. That year, when she reached 18 in the grand palace of the fox spirit tribe, everyone was celebrating her birthday with joy and dancing, when suddenly a group of people arrived to attack them. The fox spirit tribe was caught off guard. Everything was like a chaos. Everyone ran away in panic. At that most dangerous moment, the king and the queen had to take the princess to a secret tunnel behind the palace. But they could only get Sophia to safety before being unable to escape.
No! Dad! Mom! No!
Poor Sophia, in just one night, lost both her parents and her entire fox tribe. She ran through the night in tears before being exhausted and fainted. In her dream, the king and the queen appeared right in front of her.
Oh, my little princess, I'm so sorry.
Run far away. Find a safe place and live well. We will always be by your side.
Dad? Mom?
At that moment, joyful celebrations echoed from the direction of the palace, making Sophia hurtful. She couldn't understand why humans had such hatred for her fox spirit tribe. To find the truth, she decided to return to the palace of fox spirit tribe. Sophia was astonished while seeing the human was celebrating right in front of the glamorous palace of her tribe.
The peace is back! Fox Spirit is defeated! We don't have to be scared or to worry anymore.
It turned out that the people in the village had been experiencing mysterious deaths for a long time, and they believed that the fox tribe was using their fire-producing tails to harm humans. At this point, Sophia began to understand the reason why humans wanted to exterminate the entire fox tribe. It's not right! Our fox spirit tribe could never harm human. We have always wanted to live in peace. There must be some misunderstanding here. Then she immediately snuck into the village to investigate further. Suddenly, a suspicious-looking fox appeared, sneaking out from within the village. Nobody else seemed to notice, but Sophia was the only one who spotted it. That guy is Fox Spirit? Why haven't I seen him before? Sophia, with full of suspicion, decided to follow him into a deserted forest. Suddenly, an old woman collecting firewood approached. The fox immediately rushed there, causing the old woman to scream in horror and faint. Sophia really panicked because she had no magic power, so she couldn't attack him. To save the old woman, Sophia decided to take a daring step by taking off her cloak and throwing it to the wicked fox spirit. Luckily, the cloak wrapped around the fox's head, causing him to stumble and fall down a nearby slope. Right at that moment, the villagers finally came as he had heard the old woman scream. They saw Sophia, the nine-tailed fox spirit, standing next to an unconscious woman. They immediately misunderstood that she had been the attacker. Then, they chased and attacked her. Sophia fled to a cliff. The villagers then also got there and surrounded her. I don't harm human! You all misunderstood me! Not believing that, the villagers immediately attacked her. Suddenly, a light appeared and brought her away. Sophia could easily escape, but that only confirmed in the villagers' minds that she was a wicked nine-tailed fox who always harmed humans. She woke up in the forest and saw her parents' soul. My little princess, your father and I will always be with you. Watch you every day. Stay strong, my dear. Seeing her parents' soul fading away, Sophia was filled with sorrow. It seemed her parents had used too much of their energy to protect her, so they had lost the last energy to survive. Looking at her parents sacrifice themselves for her, Sophia was heartbroken, and that strengthened her determination. I have to restore the honor of the Fox Spirit Tribe. Once again, she decided to return to the village. However, she was better prepared. She diligently practiced martial arts day and night, always in a state of readiness for combat against that evil fox spirit. To prepare for the worst case, she always brought the sword along with her. However, no matter how hard she had tried, her 9 tails still couldn't make fire. That was the strongest weapon of the fox spirit tribe. But she was helpless with herself. Why can't I produce fire, no matter how hard I've trained? Am I truly useless? Then, on the mysterious dark night, the howling of wolves sent chills down her spine, and she felt something wrong. Sophia quickly rushed to the village and discovered large, suspicious footprints. It's too dangerous! I have to act immediately! Following the footprints, she reached an abandoned temple at the edge of the village. She was so astonished when seeing all the villagers who had been attacked and gone missing were imprisoned there.
Hello, beautiful Princess Sophia.
Sophia bewilderedly looked at him, and she exclaimed in astonishment, Dad? Yes, a face looked exactly like the majestic king of the Fox Spirit Tribe. Also her revered father, but with a starkly different demeanor.
You must be terrified and full of suspicion now. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Morris, your father's identical twin brother.
My father's brother? But why? Why did you harm those innocent people? They haven't done anything to you.
It's all because of your father!
He told her the story from that year. It turned out that in the fox spirit tribe, there were two prince brothers who deeply loved each other, Maris and Felix. The elder brother Maris should have been the one who inherited the throne. However, for no apparent reason, their father chose Felix as his successor. Maris had been really angry, unable to accept the reality. He killed all the innocent creatures, then became a terrifying demon. Seeing his older brother lost his goodness, Felix devised a powerful plan to prevent further harm. Then, on a night with a blood-red moon, the same night when Sophia was born, a deafening howl, just like a wolf's, echoed through the forest. Felix rushed to the source of the sound, but it was too late. Maris had escaped and disappeared. Then years later, at that day, he came back for revenge. The king made a perfect decision because he had seen through your evil nature and ruthless mind. As the princess was about to finish her sentence, Maris prepared to end her. But suddenly, the crowd began to gather outside.
The show is about to begin.
Like a flash, he jumped onto the roof and left. The people arrived and found Sophia at the scene. Their anger and resentment swelled. They took her away without giving her a chance to explain. Sophia cried out in despair, unable to provide any clarification because Maris also came from her lineage. The villagers lit torches one after another and threw them towards her.
Your fox spirit tribe will have to pay for what you caused.
Everything is not like what you saw. Our fox spirit tribe is innocent. Quickly, a large fire burned out, swallowing Sophia's anguished cries of injustice. In her desperation, the spirits of the king and queen appeared once again beside Sophia, using their last remaining strength to create a protective circle of light that shielded her from the raging fire. Maris watched from a distance, satisfied that he had finally avenged Felix and the fox spirit tribe that he despised the most. The sky suddenly darkened and the moon turned blood red. Maris's bloodlust surged even stronger. With a maniacal howl, he went on a rampage, attacking everyone around, creating chaos. The horrific scene unfolded before Sophia's eyes, igniting a burning rage within her, unleashing a surge of power she had never experienced before. The flames were extinguished, and Sophia emerged with a stunning, formidable appearance. She was breathtakingly beautiful, with 9 fiery tails. With the power of her 9 tails, she quickly defeated Maris to the surprise of the villagers. The battle ended, the evil was punished, and the truth was revealed, restoring the fox spirit tribe's honor. And human had a different look at the fox spirit. Sophia took the throne to lead the kingdom. She allowed humans and fox spirits to coexist peacefully. Her parents were proud of her. Then their souls faded away forever.
Today, we will tell you a story about the life of a princess named Elmira from Ione Kingdom.
Elmira Princess, would you mind bringing me this cake to the afternoon tea party of other princesses? I can see you have nothing to do now.
You heard it right. That girl was Princess Elmira, a slave princess. Elmira was the youngest princess of a small and peaceful kingdom named Ione, which owned lots of grand gold mines. That's also the reason why other powerful kingdoms always aimed at Ione. For the kingdom not being in chaos, the king of Ione had to connect with Masha, the most powerful kingdom at that time. According to the contract, annually, Ione had to tribute a large amount of gold to Masha. However, that's not a thing with the king of Ione. But what made him worry was that he had to let one of his princesses go to Masha for not breaking the contract and fight against them. Although she was thought to be nurtured to strengthen the relationship between the two kingdoms, she was actually a hostage for them. No one wanted to sacrifice their life, so they all gave that responsibility to the kind youngest princess, Almira. Things kept going. She was grown up by the despise of the princess and the princesses of Masha.
Oh look, who's bringing cake to us? The servants are so lazy. How dare them command Ione princess? But I guess Almira won't be offended, right? Because she even has to be grateful to our kingdom, because we are now protecting the little Ione.
Almira soon get used to it. She was always mocked and bullied by Masha princesses. For the peace of Ione kingdom, she could only be patient and bear all of those things. Almira had only one friend, a little cat named Kitty, but he always went out to discover the world when he had the chance.
Kitty, where are you? It's dinner time. I prepared your favorite food.
Suddenly, a loud noise resounded, grabbing Almira's attention. When she got there, she saw her cat was being grabbed by Prince Basil. Like a flash, she rushed there and took her cat back. She was thought to be punished by that disrespectful action, but he left without saying anything.
Blood? Kitty, you are wounded. What did that cruel man do to you? Thank God it's not Kitty's blood. Is there any way? This is Basil's blood. He was wounded while saving Kitty? No way! A cruel man like him will never care about anyone. Don't mention about a cat.
The next day, Masha Kingdom welcomed a really beautiful princess from Ixtal Kingdom named Dulcie. Different from Almira, she went there as the fiancée of Prince Basil. More surprisingly, Dulcie chose Almira to be the one who stayed by her side. Even Almira didn't want to, she couldn't deny. However, thanks to that, Almira had a better life. That's the only good thing.
How do you feel about this room? Thank you for giving me a good place like this, and even new clothes. But I still don't understand why you chose me. I only help you get things you're deserved. You and I are princesses. We have to come here just for our kingdom's peace. Now you only need to stay by my side and befriend with me. That's okay. You don't have to work hard or be despised by others.
One night, Almira suddenly saw a strange light coming from Dulcie's room. Being curious, she decided to find out what that light is. Almira saw Dulcie was trying to create a potion from her magic. At that time, Dulcie also realized the appearance of Almira.
You came? You deliberately waited for me? What are those things? What do you intend to do with them?
Dulcie calmly told her story to Almira. Turned out she wasn't a princess, but an orphan who had been raised and trained to be a strong magician by the king. Then, she helped the king complete the missions that he had given her. That time, her mission was to finish Basil.
Isn't that Basil? Is the most talented prince of the kingdom? He helped the king expand much of territory. Moreover, Basil is his son? Why, Maybe the king also considers him a tool. Recently, he feels that the evasion is nonsense, so he refused the king so many times, so the king felt that Basil would be a threat to him. But why do you tell me all of those things? What will happen if I tell it to anyone else? No one believes a slave princess other than a fiancé of Basil, and I need you to complete this task. Why do I have to help you? You still want to come back to Ione?
That's the thing, Almira always decided, but she knew that it's really difficult to do that. And the chance was right in front of her, and she didn't want to lose it. As Dulcie's plan, on the wedding day, Almira was the only one who was allowed to enter their room to prepare anything. Almira would put the potion that Dulcie gave her to the wine, and it will make Basil lose his strength in a short time. Then hide his sacred sword away. That was the thing that made him undefeated in every battle. After arranging everything, Almira felt really worried. She immediately went to find her cat, hoping that it would help her to remain calm. You look much better. Your name is Kitty, right? You have to know yourself. The higher you climb, the more painful you will get when falling down.
Basil? So last time for saving Kitty, he was wounded, really?
You want to stay here and look at me for the whole night? I don't mean to harm this little creature.
I didn't mean. Thank you for saving Kitty before.
Do you want to come back to Ione?
Yes, of course.
If you want it, you can go back tomorrow. I will arrange a wagon to get you back home safely.
How about the contract between the two kingdoms? What are you going to do with Ione?
Rest assured, Masha will still protect Ione, provided that your kingdom won't break the contract.
Isn't that you always wanted to conquer that whole world? Why can't you easily let me go like that? What is your ambition?
I don't want to invade anywhere. Everyone has the rights to live happily. It's just, I don't want to disobey my father king. This wedding with Princess Dulcie was also because father wanted to strengthen his power. In exchange, I won't have to conquer anywhere.
And then Basil left, leaving Almira there with many thoughts.
Is there any way that he isn't bad as I thought? From the first day I came here, indeed, he has been the only one who hasn't despised me at all. Oh no! Then I just did a stupid thing!
Almira quickly ran to Basil's room to prevent Dulcie's plan. Because she hadn't had any reason to enter their room, so the guards blocked her. She could only climb there through the tree growing outside the window of Basil's room. Ignoring the spikes continuously perched at her body, Almira finally got there. Indeed, the things happened as Almira's planned. Basil had absolutely no strength to resist.
Dulcie, stop it! Don't harm Basil! What are you doing? You don't want to come back? Of course I want. Then don't stop me. We're all taken advantage by the king to serve for his greed. One day, you will be like Basil. The king grew me up. I will never betray him. If you still want to prevent me, I will also never let you off.
Meanwhile, Basil gradually recovered, and he could take back a little of his strength. He quickly blew away Dulcie's spellbook and controlled her. Knowing that he couldn't stay at the palace anymore, Basil immediately pulled Almira away. However, the king suddenly appeared and blocked them. Not letting them to understand what was happening, the king suddenly turned into a scary devil. Turned out, the king had been harmed by that devil for so long, and the devil took his position for years. He wanted to take advantage of Basil to expand his territory, because he would be able to get more life spirit from more people. Knowing that Basil wouldn't be able to defeat the devil, Almira remembered something. She quickly found the way to escape. The devil didn't mind Almira at all, because his target was only Basil. He quickly controlled Basil and sucked his power. Everything was thought to be ended. Then, Almira appeared again with the sacred sword on her hand. She threw the sword to Basil, and with the sword, Basil could escape from the danger. Basil was thought to defeat the devil with his sword. However, he had wasted too much energy, so he couldn't be able to defeat the devil.
Human is so stupid. You don't know that I absorbed all of your parents' life spirit, and then you grew up as a tool. but you are still loyal and blindly work for me. Then after finishing you, there will be another one to replace you and help me open the territory. And this will include your beautiful Ione, Elmira.
The devil comfortably enjoyed the life spirit of Basil and Elmira without noticing that Dulcie had awakened up. Dulcie was so angry that she used her magic to tie the devil up. Taking the chance, Basil quickly used the sword to finish him. After everything has ended, Basil took the throne and ruled Masha. He stopped the nonsense invasions and took care of citizens' life. Basil even freed Dulcie and brought Elmira back as he had promised. A year later, a large wagon stopped by the gate of Ione Palaces. That was Basil. He had went there to propose to Elmira, the kind and brave princess who had helped him in difficulties.
Long ago, when malevolent forces invaded the land of the Celestial, the battle deity Phoenix, wielding a resolute sword, fought valiantly to the last breath to bring peace to all.
My physical form may dissipate, but my will to combat evil, to protect what is right, will continue to be reborn.
After the battle, the sword shattered into 3 pieces, becoming 3 sacred relics safeguarding the fairy folk. Once again, the land of the Celestial was tranquil and prospering. But what awaits the Phoenix clan in the future? Who will be the next successor to wield the sword? Press the subscribe button at WOA Fairy Tale to find out. Over the years, in the memory of the Phoenix's contribution, their descendants became the most powerful beings in the realm, and they controlled most of the resources and wealth of the whole area, especially the sacred tree, which yielded the fairy dust, enhancing their magic beyond other races. In stark contrast, the Raven clan in the lower tier lived in dismal conditions. Their food and resources came through the core of the sacred tree, a place the upper class had abandoned. The Raven clan didn't use fairy dust. Everything they made came from hard labor. Thus, the division between the classes grew more apparent, with the Ravens fated to dwell in darkness. Catherine was different. Her parents perished in a food dispute, leaving her an orphan with a heart torn by the division between the 2 worlds.
I will put an end to this injustice.
Catherine harbored a deep resentment for the Phoenix clan's descendants, but at the same time, she greatly respected and admired the battle deity of old.
Elena, I want to be like the battle deity, bringing true light and peace to the land of the Celestial. Don't dream in vain, Catherine. In the eyes of the Phoenix clan, we are just feeble crows.
But one day, even Catherine couldn't believe they could find one of the 3 broken pieces of the deity's sword. When the moss was wiped away, the shard gleamed, revealing the spirit of the Phoenix.
Congratulations in finding the piece of the sword. The second piece lies in the upper tier, where the Phoenix clan resides, and the last piece is hidden in the land of the demons, a place no Celestial dares to venture. Find the remaining sword fragments and unite them. The key to these 3 pieces is courage. And anyone who possesses it can become the next wielder. This is a good sign. Let's search for the other 2 sword pieces together.
It's dangerous. We're just tiny crows. How can we ever defeat them?
Then a sudden disaster struck. Unknown malefactors set the Raven clan's village on fire. Elena suffered heavy smoke inhalation, and only fairy dust could heal her. Catherine and Elena's family beseeched the Phoenix princess.
Please, princess, spare us some fairy dust. Our daughter is in critical condition.
Fairy dust is precious. I can't squander it to save the lives of mere crows.
Left with no choice, Catherine sneaked into the sacred tree to steal fairy dust. Through this act, she discovered a great secret. The second sword fragment was being kept with reverence in the tree's core.
An intruder!
Alina's life is what matters. I'll be back.
But Catherine didn't anticipate that one of her feathers would inadvertently fall, revealing her presence. Alina quickly recovered with the use of fairy dust. However, the Phoenix clan swiftly arrived to apprehend the thieves. Not wanting to harm the Raven clan, Catherine and Alina left, embarking on a journey to reunite the sword. They decided to find the third piece in the Demon Land first. For years, the sword fragment remained dormant, and the demons slumbered. The light emanating from the deepest chamber was the third sword fragment. Catherine touched it, and an apparition appeared. The battle between the celestial and demon races once again commenced, with Catherine wielding the complete Phoenix sword. She fought with vigor and vanquished many wicked demons.
Save us!
Have you forgotten what you did to the Raven clan in the past? Now you seek our help?
Catherine callously brushed off their pleas. Her indifference led to her getting trapped in a virtual world, even when the war ended. The devastating battle repeated once more.
In war, the most important thing is human life. There is no right or wrong, good or evil.
Catherine had an epiphany, setting aside her grudges and rescuing the Phoenix clan members. It turned out that the sword piece was transformed to teach Catherine the value of forgiveness.
Let's return to the sacred tree. This journey is perilous. To avoid risks, you and I should each hold one piece of the sword. No matter what happens, we will reunite at the sacred tree.
That night, the Phoenix clan pursued them. And the two friends truly became separated. As per their agreement, Catherine overcame hardships and reached the sacred tree, but was suddenly surrounded.
You foolish crow. You've been betrayed, and you didn't even know. It was Alina, your dearest friend, who had helped the Phoenix clan. I'll never hand over the sword pieces to you.
But the Phoenix clan had taken her entire family hostage.
If you don't surrender and reveal Catherine's whereabouts, we'll send your family into the Demon Land and awaken them.
Before Catherine's disheartened gaze and Alina's anguish.
Catherine, you may not have a family, but it's different for me. Life won't hold any meaning for me if I can't protect my loved ones. All these years, I've considered your family as my own. I've done everything not for myself, but for their sake. Why should I heed your accusations?
Just at that moment, the demons realized the loss of the deity's sword fragment. They aggressively rushed in to wreak havoc in the land of the Celestial. All the fairy races had to muster their strength for battle, but it was difficult to hold back the onslaught of the demons. Catherine recalled the words of the Phoenix battle deity. In war, there was no good or bad, only the common goal, transcending personal interests.
This is the final sword piece. Use it to restore the deity's sword.
The Phoenix Princess aligned the 3 sword fragments, but to everyone's surprise, nothing happened. The Phoenix Princess tried persistently, but to no avail. She finally lost her patience and discarded them. The Demon King then arrived, causing mass panic. Catherine regretfully picked up the 3 sword pieces that had fallen at her feet. Suddenly, a brilliant light enveloped them, reuniting the sword into its full form. The Phoenix sword radiated power equal to the deities. Catherine began to transform. She remained a crow, but was surrounded by a radiant aura.
Charge!
Yeah.
She followed the instructions of the battle deity, sparing none except the malevolent and wicked beings. All creatures, whether crow or phoenix, joined forces to rescue the land. The battle concluded, and the malevolent forces were pushed back. The Phoenix Princess also recognized her own selfishness.
Catherine, I apologize for my selfishness that nearly harmed the entire Phoenix clan. Thanks to you, everyone can now live in peace. From now on, this land of Celestial will be free from injustice and enmity. In the future, even if I'm gone, the sword doesn't have to pass to a crow. It can go to any race as long as they possess compassion and courage to bring true peace to the land of the Celestial. I am Diana. It had been nearly a year since the last time I got out of my room, and I can only live by with my little allowance. Because after many times of breaking up and being pranked by my colleagues, I don't have enough courage to go out there and contact with anyone. Only the comic books now can soothe my hurtful soul. I finished reading another story, the 100th or 200th story, something like that. I can't remember anymore. The author of this book really pissed me off. He made a character with my name become a villain, Princess Diana Astor. She had everything, except for the intelligence. She was foolish. She made it all the way to fight for a prince which didn't love her. Then she had to pay a dark price for it. If I were Diana... Wait, what? Is it blood? My head aches again. This condition of mine lasts for so long, but I don't even want to go out to the hospital. Princess? Princess, are you all right? What's happening? Where am I? Thank God the princess woke up! That stinky slave dared bump into you insolently. Please punish him hard. Why does she always call me princess? That background is so familiar. I probably saw it somewhere.
Princess Diana, are you all right? Please forgive me for not being able to control that insolent slave.
He just called me Princess Diana? Is there any way, by somehow, I went to the book and became Princess Diana Astor, the daughter of Count Astor, the wealthiest person in this kingdom? Great! Now I just have to enjoy that wealthy life and don't have to scare off anyone who will bully me. If you're all right, we just quickly come back and prepare for the tea party this afternoon? Right. Everything will start from this tea party. Diana will meet Prince Basil and fall in love with him, but he only loves her cousin Selena. No. It's really hard to have a wealthy life. I won't let it end up so soon like this. That if I don't meet him, the tragedy will never happen. Senya, bring all the gold in the vault here. All of the gold? But for what? Today I will go to charity. So, how about the tea party? I won't go there anymore. Right, about that servant. Buy him back and free him. Unbelievable, too much gold. Even if it's just half of a vault. I spent all day to give them away. But it's not over, and the Astor family still has 20 more vaults.
Even I knew before about the wealth of Astor family. But I am still astonished when seeing that huge amount of gold.
Princess? Huh? The Count has just come here to see you.
What? Why does he come here? That circumstance wasn't mentioned in the comic book. Are there new things happening when I don't follow the storyline? Maybe he came here to blame me for not attending the tea party and even wasting the gold? What should I do now? Or I just admit first and plan later?
Diana!
My Count! I mean, my father! I'm sorry for not attending the tea party and wasting your money.
What did you just say?
I'm sorry for...
No, before that, what did you call me?
My father.
That's it. It's been so long since the last time you called me father, my good daughter.
And how about...
Oh, if you don't want, you don't need to go there. And when you gave away the gold for the citizen, you did a very good job. The fame of Astor family will be spread further, and it's good for our other businesses. You're really matured, Diana. Your mother in heaven will be proud of you.
Yes, Father!
All right, it's also late. Get some rest, my daughter.
I forget that the Count really pampers Princess Diana. Maybe that's why she's so uncontrollable. If so, I can enjoy the life here comfortably. It has been nearly a year since I became a wealthy and powerful princess from an ordinary girl. For avoiding the prince who can make me, or Diana Astor to be exact, ruin her life, I have to make myself busy with many different works. Thanks to that, I can also make many important relationships and businesses, which are really helpful to Astor family. Now I'm on the way back after attending a diplomatic party at the suburb area. I'm really eager to see the emotion of the Count when I have just brought him a couple of big contracts. What's wrong? Why do you stop? We haven't arrived yet. Who are you? What do you want to do? Who are those people? Why do they want to arrest me? Is this a kidnapping? Princess! They won't harm us, right? Rest assured, maybe they just need money. Hello, my noble cousin. Selena, why you? For a long time, I haven't fought anything with you. You are about to marry Prince Basil. What do you want from me? It's just because you don't fight for anything with me. Because you became a better person. So I have to do this terrible and evil thing. It's you who has to do those things, not me. Are you crazy, Selena? You really miss a day when you're nothing, right? Right. Although being born in Astor noble family, I'm just your shadow. I have no power in my hands. I just can show my weakness for being protected by others. You always fight for everything with me, but not for your need. It's just because you wanted to feel the victory. So I have to get married with a prince, so I will have a position for my own. I have been always worried that you would steal him from me. Luckily, you didn't intend to do that. I was really happy, and I wanted to thank you for that. But easy come, easy go. Recently, Prince Basil started to be cold to me. Instead of that, he's really interested in the good things you've done. He even wanted to cancel his marriage with me. So I need to make you disappear. Then the prince will love only me. You're foolish, Selena. If you harm me, the Count will never let you off. For what? You was accidentally harmed by the robbers. Meanwhile, I'm still ill and bedridden. You're so cunning. You prepared for this day, so you pretended to be sick. Enough talking. Goodbye, my beloved cousin. Just do it. Why can't it be? I tried everything just to have a peaceful life. Why do the life always be unfair with me like that?
Capture them all.
Princess, there's someone who came to rescue us. Right, capture them all. How dare they kidnap me and Princess Diana? Still have Selena. Don't let her escape. Let's see how the Count will punish you all.
Princess Aster, are you alright?
Who are you? Why do you know me?
I'm Prince Galvin from the neighboring kingdom. Do you remember the slave that you saved from a year ago?
You are that slave? But how could everything be like that?
A year ago, I traveled everywhere to discover new things. Unluckily, I was robbed by bad guys. They even sold me to the traffickers. If that day you didn't save me, I'm afraid. Luckily, later when I was on my way to the city, I discovered and stopped their intentions.
Right. In the comic book, I remember that Diana that year punished that slave. Later on, when he was the prince again, he came back and punished Diana, along with Prince Basil. Fortunately, I felt pity and freed him that time. Then I can escape from this dangerous situation. Thank you for saving me, Prince!
I just returned you favor before. It looks like your hand has been wounded. Let me help.
Under the protection of Prince Galvin, I could come back home safely. I hand over Selena to Prince Basil as a favor for her. The prince might be gentle to her. If the Count knows it, a daughter maniac like him, I don't want to think about the consequences that she will have to suffer. Princess! Princess, it's not good! Huh? What makes you so panicked? I just heard that the prince had taken away the noble honor of Selena and sold her as a slave. No way! Quickly stop them. Don't let them sell Selena. I will go and see the prince to ask. In the end, what kind of person is Prince Basil? Isn't that he is a person who values relationships? Why could he be so cruel?
Oh, it's my pleasure to be visited by Princess Diana Aster.
How could you be so cruel? No matter what happened, Selena is a noble girl from Aster family. Are you trying to end up her life while making her become a slave?
I don't have any other choice. I just abide by the rules. But if you're warm-hearted like that, I will let you decide, okay? Stop talking about it. I have a more important thing to discuss with you. It's about our wedding.
What? Which wedding?
Sorry for not having the chance to tell you. Royal family and Aster family had an arranged engagement before, but you always avoided me just because of that. Selena had the chance to approach me, but I don't have any feeling with her. I just admire you, my beautiful and talented Princess Diana.
There will be no engagement here at all. I will never marry you. I have nothing to do here. Goodbye.
You make me feel hurtful, Princess Diana.
Huh? What do you want? Why do you block me?
Of course, I want to marry you, and I think you are not allowed to deny Diana.
What? A person looks exactly like me?
I didn't really want to do this, but rest assured, I just let her replace you until the wedding finish. Anyway, I prefer your real personality. Bring Princess Diana back to her room to get some rest. Remember to watch her out.
Huh? Unbelievable! What the hell is going on with this story? Is there any way that when there is no longer a main villain, the main characters also gradually change? My life from the real life to the book, why is it always bad? I tried to avoid everything. If so, this time I will try facing it! How stupid these guards are! Just a small trick and I could fool them! Let go of me! Let go of me!
Princess Diana, it's me, Galvin.
Prince Galvin, why are you here?
Later, I passed by to visit Count Aster by the way I asked him about you, and I knew that you had rushed to the palace. And when you're back, I saw you go with Prince Basil. That girl didn't look like she knew me, and she didn't have any wound on her hand, so I knew that's not you. Then I came here to see.
Basil wants to use that fake one to arrange the marriage between me and him. I don't know why he'd do that.
It's the gold of Aster family. The royal family budget had soon be wasted, so it would be drained soon, but no one knew it. Years ago, the king borrowed us a large amount of gold, and now it's time to pay back. This time, I come here for that.
So at first he aimed at Selena because he thought it would be easy to take advantage of her and get the gold. But Selena has no power in the family, so he determined to aim at me. We have to stop him quickly.
Lady?
What's up?
Lady, wake up! Can you hear me?
What's wrong? This is my room. Is there any way what I have just experienced is just a dream? But I feel that it was real.
You alright? Later, the delivery man discovered that you had been fainted, so I had to enter your room without permission.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Galvin, a post-graduated doctor. I just moved here, staying next to your room.
Galvin? Book? Where is my comic book?
Hey, hold on, you haven't fully recovered?
Indeed, that's not a dream. The storyline has been changed. Basil was dethroned and punished. Aster Noble agreed to help the royal family overcome that difficult period. Princess Diana and Prince Galvin fell in love with each other. That's great!
What's wrong?
I've just realized that avoiding is never the best solution. Then I will go out there and face it. And Galvin, thank you so much. You really saved my life.
What if a beautiful girl is cursed and turned into a monster? Subscribe to the WOA Fairy Tales channel to find out the result. Once upon a time, in a kingdom nestled beside a forest, there was a beautiful princess named Jude. Her hair flowed gracefully like the Milky Way, and her eyes sparkled like stars.
Oh, greetings, beautiful princess.
The princess will surely become the most beautiful woman in the future.
Jude was dearly loved by her king father, granting her the freedom to explore the world. During one of her wanderings in the forest... Jude cried out, trying to use everything around her to escape the trap.
What should I do? Is there anyone who can save me? Stay away from me, you terrifying demon!
The demon used some recently learned magic to free Jude from the trap. Jude learned that the little demon's name was Oak, and he lived in this forest. I'm delighted to make friends with you.
You have no friends here. Lowly demons can never belong in the same world as humans. Understand?
As time passed, Jude grew up to become a graceful and beautiful princess.
This beauty of mine must be reserved for someone worthy.
Jude rejected all marriage proposals, setting her heart on Prince Zatal of the neighboring kingdom. She hadn't met Zatal yet, but everyone spoke highly of him, saying he was both wise and kind-hearted. Jude's admiration for Zatal reached his ears.
Prepare the betrothal gifts. I shall propose to her.
As predicted, Jude gladly accepted Zatal's proposal. After the engagement, the two kingdoms hurriedly prepared for the wedding, and the citizens were ecstatic about the union of the talented and beautiful couple.
This is the engagement necklace. I want to give it to you.
Put it on me quickly, Zatal!
As soon as Jude wore the necklace, she immediately struggled and transformed into a monster before everyone's eyes.
Huh? She's the creature cursed to transform and destroy the kingdom. The king was complicit in her actions. Wicked demon, let's get rid of it!
Get out of here!
Terrified, Jude tried to remove the necklace from the goblet. At that moment, the demon lord appeared, dispersing the citizens and taking Jude away. The demon lord carried Jude deep into the forest, away from lurking dangers.
Who are you? Why did you save me?
The demon lord smiled and recalled their past, when they were both children and he had rescued her from a trap.
You're Oak, aren't you?
Back in Jude's kingdom, when her father was driven away, Zatal seized the opportunity to become king, uniting the two kingdoms.
Thank you for helping us defeat the monster.
But ever since Zatal's reign, the people's lives were never happy. He imposed strict laws, preventing the citizens from trading with others outside the kingdom, and the food supplies were rationed, causing hunger and sickness. Seeing this, Jude felt deeply distressed.
I want to return and punish that wicked Zatal. But with this appearance, I even find myself repulsive. How can the people accept me?
Seek the forest's wizard.
Why do you keep following me? Just go away.
The forest wizard, my magic teacher, will help you break the curse.
Take me there.
So Oak led Jude to the dwelling of the forest wizard. The difficulties they faced on their journey made them understand each other better. Finally, Oak and Jude arrived at the cave of the forest wizard.
You want to break the curse, don't you?
Huh?
How do you know?
Once the necklace is worn, it cannot be taken off. The only way is to use the blood of someone who truly loves you to unlock it.
Hearing the wizard's words, Jude fell into despair. You will find that person for sure.
With this hideous appearance, who would dare to love me?
Huh?
As she grieved, Oak presented a small chest before her. Inside the box was a precious hairpin, a gift from her late mother, cherished by Jude for a long time.
I've been searching for it for so long. Why did you?
I found it when you discarded it and kept it until now.
It clearly fell here. Thank you for taking care of it so carefully.
Looking at the battered hairpin, Jude realized that appearances did not determine one's true nature. And Oak, the demon lord she had always looked down upon, turned out to be reliable, kind-hearted, and far better than those handsome and scheming individuals.
Oak, help me reclaim the kingdom.
Under the cover of night, Jude sneaked into the kingdom. Jude transformed into a monstrous figure, frightening the soldiers.
The demon is back!
Quickly defeat her!
Painful memories from the past resurfaced, leaving her paralyzed. Everyone calm down! Jude has returned to help you escape Zatal's tyranny!
Didn't life become even more miserable after Zatal took the throne?
We want freedom! Let us help!
Jude was overjoyed as she directed the citizens to attack from the outside, while she and Oak infiltrated the castle to confront Zatal. As Jude and Oak entered the hall, Zatal unexpectedly launched a deadly attack. She was not accustomed to fighting. Jude, despite her monstrous form, quickly found herself at a disadvantage. Zatal took the chance to strike a fatal blow, but unexpectedly, Oak shielded her with his own body.
No! Oak!
Jude suddenly felt her body changing, her horns and claws disappearing. She had returned to her normal human form. The curse was officially broken.
Let me go! Let me go!
Oak! Wake up! Oak! I love you! You've become an integral part of my life. I cannot go on without you.
Calm down. It's just a surface wound. How can a demon lord like me be defeated?
You? You heard everything?
You're making too much noise. Yes, I heard it all. The elated citizens cheered as they were finally free of Zatal's tyranny. They brought back the king and restored his reign. After Oak recovered, a grand wedding took place. The two exchanged a sweet kiss before the entire kingdom. What would happen if one day Barbie was adopted by a vampire family? Subscribe to WOA Fairy Tale to follow Barbie's story. Barbie is a young orphaned girl who lives in an orphanage. Because of her exceptional beauty, she was adored by everyone. Many people want to adopt her, but Barbie continues to decline their offers. She harbors a longing for the day when her grandmother, Ruth, will have the means to take her away. Every month, she is visited by her grandmother.
Keep our meetings a secret, my dear.
Huh? When will I see you again, Grandma? Lately I've been feeling so peculiar. I fear I might be losing my mind.
Be patient, my dear. You will soon find the answers you seek.
However, Grandma has been absent for quite some time, and instead, Barbie encounters an enigmatic and eerie family. The father is Jordan, the mother is Sandra, and their daughter is Buffy. They openly express their desire to adopt her.
No way! Where is my grandma?
It turns out they are descendants of Grandma Ruth, and also Barbie's true family. What's even more astonishing is that they are all vampires. Sadly, Grandma Ruth passed away due to an attack from a rival vampire clan.
Huh?
They lost a key member and are now facing a great danger. She left a will, bequeathing all her assets to Barbie.
Huh?
From now on, Barbie must be adopted into the family. She is the heir. Barbie went from one surprise to another. However, to protect the legacy her grandmother left behind, Barbie decided to go along with this family.
Is this a vampire castle? It's so terrifying! Quickly, drink this. It will help reveal the true forms of vampires. Huh? Huh? Ah! Fool! Vampires don't cast reflections in mirrors. Huh? Huh?
Henceforth, Barbie won't be able to gaze upon her own beauty.
Huh? Ah! Why am I lying in a coffin like this?
It turns out, vampires sleep during the day and are active at night.
All right, I'll just have to endure it. But this room is exceedingly unsightly. Much better!
Although Barbie is the leader, she finds herself isolated within her family.
Huh?
Huh?
You're excessively tender-hearted and indecisive. You're hardly fit for a leadership role.
Barbie can even perceive their emotions as colors, thanks to her unique ability. After observing for many days, Barbie realizes that this family consistently radiates somber emotions, as if they must suppress their true selves to appear serious. This sharply contrasts with Barbie's confidence.
There's something on your face. What? My beauty?
She disregards their taunts and continues to express her uniqueness. Dress stylishly and unconventionally, and live in harmony with her true nature, further intensifying the friction between her and her family. Barbie cannot accept their dark and apathetic way of life. Nor does she wish to engage in hunting and consuming gruesome food like them. Conversely, they are incapable of comprehending Barbie's flamboyant sense of aesthetics. Mr. Jordan and Mrs. Sandra are very strict with their daughter.
Ada, how can we defeat our enemies like this?
Buffy has grown indifferent towards everything. Only Barbie knows the truth. And perhaps Buffy, like Sandra and Jordan, they are also imposing themselves too much into a mold. Each day, Barbie and her family train to combat the attacks of rival vampire clans. However, despite her relentless efforts, Barbie is unable to match their strength. Consequently, Barbie concentrates on her other unique abilities.
Come on, Barbie. If you persist in this manner, Grandma Ruth's legacy will crumble.
Barbie firmly believes that they are making the mistake of imposing themselves without exploring their individual personalities. Living like this brings them no happiness. Barbie is determined to help everyone reconcile and express themselves more freely. She presents Buffy with an instrument, recognizing her passion for music. Barbie's uninhibited expression of herself begins to have a positive influence on Buffy. Barbie aids Sandra in discovering her love for flowers and assists Jordan in pursuing his passion for research and reading without constraint. Gradually, the family becomes more harmonious. Barbie encourages everyone to freely express their unique traits. They develop together. On the night of the village festival, Barbie encourages Buffy to perform for the villagers.
I doubt the villagers will appreciate me.
Sandra was once subjected to mistreatment by the villagers due to her eerie appearance. Sandra does not want Buffy to endure being regarded as an outcast as she once did.
Yet you possess genuine musical talent. Do not allow anything to hinder you.
Consequently, Buffy musters the courage to perform in front of the villagers. And the entire family joyfully dances together.
Ruth is no more, and there is no one left to shield you. Surrender all your assets to us.
Everyone, go ahead! I shall obstruct their path! You shall not seize our abode!
We shall employ our full might to combat them!
I do not believe that is a wise course of action. The strength of a vampire is contingent upon their unique abilities.
For instance, Barbie's strength has been unveiled through her commitment to living authentically.
Therefore, let each of you harness your individual passions. There is no need for violence.
They argue amongst themselves as the invaders draw near, threatening to breach the door.
Cease your quarreling at once.
Ruth's apparition recounts tales of the past. Her daughter, Barbie's mother, was much like her.
Why do you persist in eccentric attire? Can you not behave in a more conventional manner? I no longer wish to lead such a life, Mother. I aspire to explore the world and spread positivity to all. Discontinue the use of that emotion-reading ability. It's futile.
This marked the final meeting between Ruth and her daughter. Ruth had secretly searched for her for a long time. However, in the end, she discovered that Barbie's mother had passed away, leaving only her granddaughter behind. Ruth was profoundly saddened and remorseful. The generations of imposition and repression had caused her descendants to suffer. Ruth had protected Barbie and included her in the will, believing that with her benevolence and freedom to express her true self, Barbie could bring about change within the family.
It was also my plan to introduce Barbie to the new family and continue developing the legacy I left behind. I understand now. Thank you, Mother, and thank you, Barbie.
They all proceed to follow Barbie's advice. Sandra uses carnivorous plants to deter the invading forces. Buffy plays her instrument, causing them to dance uncontrollably. Just then, Jordan cleverly leads them into the traps he has set. Barbie, with her extraordinary ability, manipulates their thoughts and compels them to depart. From that point forward, Barbie lives happily with her new family. They respect each other's preferences. Petite cakes are not useless, and those who appear peculiar and unique are not to be feared.
Oh, the giant wolf wants to swallow the little girl and those brave gods? What's happening? Let's follow WOA Fairy Tales with today's story, little kids. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom called Linoman, there lived a wealthy and talented king. His wife passed away prematurely. Then he had to raise his daughter, Scatty Princess, by himself. Although being a talented king, a good father who loved his daughter, Lino was too egoistic. One time, when Odin wandered around the earth, he forgot his spear there. Seeing that, King Lino immediately brought it home.
With the god spear and the wealth in my hand, my prosperity may be more than the gods.
Those words reach Odin, the supreme god, making him really angry.
You are a human, but you dare to insult the gods? Your arrogance deserves to be punished. I will turn you into a stone statue for 100 years. Let's see whether you will still be arrogant or not.
My great Odin, I know my father was so wrong when he arrogantly insulted you, but please forgive him. He's of an age. I can take the punishment for him. I will give up my princess status. I voluntarily go to Asgard to be your slave. I just want to ask you for forgiving my father this time.
I can see you are a dutiful daughter. I will give him a chance. But there is a lot of work on Asgard Mount, and they're really heavy. Can you make it?
Yes, I will try my best to atone for my father's sins. Odin agreed to bring Skadi to Asgard. From that moment, a hard and difficult journey was opened up before the little princess. Skadi followed Odin to the top of Asgard and started her works. She had to work over from dusk till dawn, even the hardest work. Moreover, some of the goddesses also whispered to gossip about her. Once, she was carrying the water jar. Suddenly, a goddess tripped her. She lost her balance and fell forward. Luckily, Nord, the god of wind and sea, timely catched her. He held Skadi on his lap. They looked at each other passionately. Skadi was astonished for the wild, then shyly pushed him out. Thank you! Working for a long time, Skadi really missed her home. My great Odin, I've been away for so long. My father is weak and old. Could you please have mercy on me
and allow me to visit home?
Yes, but you can leave for just one day.
Thank you so much. I promise to come back here on time.
After coming back and making sure that her father and the people were all safe, Skadi quickly went back to the foot of the Asgard for Heimdall to bring her back and continue her work. On the way, while crossing a forest, she accidentally heard a group of giants discussing about the plan of attacking Asgard. Skadi hid and waited for the giants to leave. Then she ran fast to the foot of the mountain. After reaching the top, Skadi immediately told Odin about what she had seen. Thanks to Skadi's warning, Odin could set up everything to prepare and quickly defeated the giants.
Skadi, thank you so much. Your information saved Asgard from a great danger. To thank you, I want to grant you a love affair. By the way, there are so many gods of Asgard who are still single. Just choose a guy who makes you feel that he will bring you happiness. If you are still confused, I have a good way for you to do it.
Odin came up with a plan. He hid Skadi along with other two goddesses, only their hands were revealed. The gods who willingly chose the hand of Skadi would become her husband. Nord voluntarily took the first turn, and he was able to choose Skadi's hand. From that moment, they became spouses. Skadi didn't have to work hard anymore. She moved to the palace of the god of wind and the sea, enjoyed a happy life. However, she still felt guilty because she had just met Nord for a short time. She didn't really love him. Nord also realized that, so he treated her more gently. His gentle manliness gradually made her love him. Nord, winter came. The snow outside became thicker. I used to love skiing while I was with my father before. Do you like to go skiing with me?
Of course. Let's go.
They happily skied together and shared joyful moments, but they didn't know that from the faraway island. The giants were really bitter for losing the fight. They discussed to go on the island to knock out the little guarding god, rescue the giant wolf Fenrir to make a plan for coming back to attack the gods. At that time, Skadi and Nord were so happy together. Nord even took a gilded bow to give Skadi.
Skadi, this is a magical bow. A treasure of my mother. She told me that I could only give it to the one I love the most. And it's you. From now on, this bow will always be by your side to protect you. Like me.
Sadly, their happiness didn't last for so long. Then the giants were back. This time they brought a massive army, and also the ferocious giant wolf Fenrir. Because the surprising attack, the god could prepare nothing. They just went out with their pure nature and power to fight against the giants and the wolf.
Skadi, I have to go now. Asgard is in danger. Remember to stay here. You're not allowed to go anywhere.
No! I cannot let you go alone! Let me go with you!
Come on, listen to me. My happiest thing is your safety.
Right after that, Nord went out to fight. Skadi was so worried that she followed her husband. The fight was really fierce. Both sides reserved the balance. Nord bravely went forward in the fight with the giant wolf and gradually got exhausted. Taking the chance, the wolf knocked him out far away, then moved forward to swallow the god. Right at that moment, Skadi appeared. She used a black wooden bar from the roadside to slide fast on the snow to the wolf and threw a spear to it. However, the spear was too small to make it feel any pain. It smirked and came closer to Nord. Scotty was so panicked that she rushed there to hug her husband so tight to cover him. Suddenly, a light appeared and knocked the wolf out. The bow slowly flew up and floated before her eyes. Scotty immediately realized that the bow could defeat the wolf, so she held it tight and shot at the wolf, making it collapse. Then Nord controlled water and locked the wolf inside a globe. After defeating the giants, the gods also came there to help them. They imprisoned the wolf and the giants with high security, not allowing them to escape anymore.
Nord, I know it's too late, but I still have to say I love you. I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
I've been waiting for this for so long. I also love you with all my heart, my beautiful Scatty.
My brave Scatty, you saved Asgard once again. To return the favor, I granted you the title of Hunting and Winter Goddess with immortality. From now on, you and Njord can live happily together forever.
Scotty and Nord looked at each other happily. They hugged so tight and shared a true love kiss. From that moment, they lived happily together forever after.
Once upon a time, a great battle erupted between demons and angels. The demons, possessing darkness within, were powerful and dominated the war for many years. But when the Archangel united all the angelic tribes, they finally achieved victory and nearly wiped out the entire demon race. Almost, but not entirely. This is the story of Vera, the princess of the underworld demon kingdom.
Little demon, in the end, you're just a child.
Although Vera was a demon, she was still a child, without any malicious intent. The Archangel decided to adopt her, despite the objections of other angels. And so, Vera grew up in the love and care of the Archangel and his son, Prince Daniel.
If darkness possesses one's heart, anyone can become a demon. If enough goodness is present, anyone can become an angel. If you subscribe to the WOA Fairy Tales channel, we will reach 1 million. Huh? Did you write something inappropriate in the book, Vera?
Despite the attention from the prince and the Archangel, Vera was still bullied by others. After all, the angels couldn't empathize with her no matter what. Being a demon, Vera always had darkness within her. When her emotions were hurt, the darkness would often manifest, especially when she was teased by the angels. Vera started to feel insecure. She despised her demonic heritage, which made her different and ostracized. As she grew older, Vera developed feelings for Prince Daniel, one of the few people who treated her kindly. Of course, Vera concealed her emotions out of self-consciousness and also because... Stay away from him, you demon! How dare a demon like you linger here? Perhaps I was destined to be a demon from the start! Things took a turn for the worse when Daniel announced his engagement to Lucifer, the princess of another angelic tribe. Daniel's closeness with Vera faded, partly due to his responsibility to the heavenly realm after his father's passing, and partly because... What is my future husband doing? Stay away from him, or it's best for a demon like you to stay in the underworld. Lucifer wasn't entirely wrong. A demon like Vera couldn't possibly aspire to be with Daniel. Though her heart was shattered, Vera managed to restrain her outbursts of darkness despite the pain. Why stay here when the one I love no longer loves me? Vera decided to return to the underworld to live alone. A demon like her didn't belong in heaven anymore, and she had no reason to stay here. Little did Vera know that some of her kind had not been completely eradicated. There were still a few surviving demons hiding, evading the pursuit of the angels. Is that the demon princess? I can't believe it! I thought...
It's the royal blood! We're finally saved after all these years.
Vera had never been happier. Surrounding her were eyes filled with admiration, rather than disdain or pity, as in heaven. Soon, Vera was influenced by the mischievous demons. They whispered that the angels treated her poorly and were not as virtuous as they seemed. Vera had to embrace the pride of a demon. Jealousy and spiteful words made it impossible for Vera to suppress her darkness any longer. She decided to lead the demons in an attack on heaven. However, the moment Vera and the demons set foot in heaven, a battalion of angelic warriors led by Lucifer appeared, as if they were already aware of the impending attack. I knew it. A demon will always be a demon. I was right to warn Daniel about you. It turned out that Vera, along with the demons, were thrown into the dungeon, waiting for the day of judgment.
Vera!
Prince Daniel?
I'm disappointed in you. I always thought you could suppress the demonic blood within you. I never expected. Tomorrow is the wedding, and so much has happened. I pleaded for your life, but the demons...
Vera now regrets her actions, but it is too late. I plan to leave. Why did I come back? It's all my fault. I betrayed your trust. Vera's dark nature has diminished significantly due to her remorse and love for Daniel. She decides to flee far away to avoid causing further trouble for the prince. It's not difficult for Vera to escape. She knows the pathways of the heavenly realm since she was young. However, Vera still wants to see her beloved one last time. For that reason, she decides to disguise herself and infiltrate the prince's wedding.
Princess Lucifer, enter the wedding procession!
Wow, what a beautiful bride!
They make such a perfect couple.
Only she is worthy of the prince. Time has come for Vera to leave. She can't bear to see her loved one hand in hand with someone else. Just catching a glimpse of Daniel erases any regrets she may have.
Is there anyone who objects to this marriage?
I object!
Why are these intruders causing chaos now? It turns out that the attackers at the wedding are the demons themselves.
Lucifer, how dare you deceive us?
Lucifer had always wanted to claim Daniel only for herself. In fact, Daniel held feelings for Vera, which prompted Lucifer to hatch a wicked plan. Knowing about the surviving demons, Lucifer cunningly plotted
to manipulate Vera into attacking Heaven, causing Daniel to despise Vera.
Lucifer, you promised to convince the angels not to pursue us, and now you abandon us to be judged. You monster, you demon!
So it's true, Lucifer. I married you because you promised to remove the darkness from Vera, to help her no longer be a demon. So, you deceived me?
It was all part of Lucifer's plan from the beginning. She wanted to possess Daniel's love, and further, to use him to rule over all angelic tribes. Enraged by being exposed, Lucifer's inherent wickedness blended with her emotions, transforming her into a full-fledged demon.
Stop, Lucifer. You are an angel. There's still time to turn back.
I don't need to be an angel.
In that moment of heartless harm towards her beloved, the darkness of the demonic nature took hold of Lucifer completely.
Oh heavens, it can't be...
Lucifer's extreme cruelty allowed the evil within her to consume her, transforming her into a demon. A fallen angel of tremendous strength, Lucifer possessed both the power of an angel and a demon, making her unbeatable. I will deal with all of you. I have nothing left to lose. No more angels or demons. No, you won't! Oh, wow. Look who it is. Vera couldn't stay idle any longer. She decided to reveal her true identity. As the princess of the demon realm, Vera was inherently strong, even capable of matching Lucifer's power. A fierce battle ensued, with magical spells flying in all directions, endangering the angels and demons nearby. Vera couldn't ignore the situation. Regardless of everything, Daniel and the Archangel always taught her to become a good person. However, just as Vera was distracted, Lucifer managed to strike her, significantly weakening her. Vera's magic spells grew weaker, and Lucifer easily evaded them. In the end, Vera was finally defeated by Lucifer's cunning and dirty tricks.
Do whatever you want, you demon!
It's not that simple, little demon! Lucifer was not satisfied yet. She wanted Vera to witness her harming Prince Daniel, to make Vera suffer and torment her. Vera couldn't bear to see her beloved being harmed. Knowing that Lucifer would defend against her attacks, Vera knew she had to get close. Vera embraced the fallen angel, pouring all her remaining strength into casting the most powerful spell. And she defeated Lucifer. But Vera herself was too close to the magical explosion.
Vera, why would you do that? My goodness.
Prince, I'm sorry. It's all my fault. If only I hadn't been selfish, things wouldn't have turned out like this.
No, it's my fault. If I hadn't been indifferent, if I hadn't doubted, please, Vera, don't leave me.
Though Prince Daniel expressed remorse, it was too late. But perhaps Daniel had forgotten the story his father once told him.
If darkness possesses one's heart, anyone can become a demon. If enough goodness is present, anyone can become an angel.
Vera, now, you are an angel, free from persecution. Stay in heaven with me.
No, I cannot. You mean well, but I will forever be a demon. That's who I am. But I cannot stay with you if you keep wanting me to abandon my true self. And I must lead my kind. I cannot let them fall into despair again.
Prince Daniel couldn't deny Vera's wish. He also convinced the angelic tribes to reconcile with the demons. After all, it was Vera, the princess of the demon realm, who sacrificed herself to save both races. Under the leadership of Queen Vera, demons no longer committed acts of wickedness. More intriguingly, from time to time, one could witness the Queen of the Demons and the Archangel meeting each other as true kindred spirits.
The fearsome monsters emerged from a magical egg and rushed towards a young girl. Who is this girl? Can she escape the clutches of the hungry demons? Let's follow WOA Fairy Tales to find out. Sandra is a remarkable descendant of the Time Tribe. She possessed powers that others had to cultivate for many years. Thus, at the age of 18, Sandra ascended as the successor to the gods. Her hasty decision, however, brought about a great catastrophe. Eager to witness a rare meteor shower, Sandra recklessly created a time loop.
Oops, I'm late again! Just one more time!
This upheaval turned the universe upside down, and the citizens' hunger persisted, and the malevolent demons continued to harm innocent people.
Nonsense! How dare you do this?
To punish Sandra, the supreme goddess Hera decided to trap her inside a book, and force her to live through the same story 1,000 times, ensuring a happy ending with good triumphing over evil.
Wait! One story? 1,000 times? Can I return to reality occasionally? No way! You can't use the power of the time gods freely without fulfilling your task. If you open a time rift on your own, you'll be trapped in this book forever.
In the story, Sandra played the role of a mysterious warrior who helped the king defeat the shadowy sorcerer to bring peace to the kingdom. She lived through 500 repetitive days. As the 999th repetition of the siege approached, Sandra grew tired of the endless cycle. Luckily,
I completed 999 rounds. Only one more loop and I'll be free.
the final loop began officially. With the experience from previous cycles, Sandra quickly discovered the hiding place of the shadowy sorcerer. However, he appeared slightly different in the last repetition. I told you, I'm not a sorcerer.
Oh really? You're also quite handsome. So who are you then?
I am Tristan, a disciple of the goddess Hera, who had come here to capture the demon king Brian. The dark sorcerer Tristan explained to Sandra that he had traveled into the book to capture a wicked individual who possessed the dangerous monster egg. Upon arriving in this world, he witnessed the sorcerer's evil deeds. Little did they know that kind act would lead him to assume an unexpected role. Please believe me, time goddess Sandra.
You're quite a good story maker. How do you know I am the time goddess?
I already told you. I am a disciple of Hera. The entire divine realm knows you are trapped here. Set me free.
No way, it's definitely Hera's scheme. She wants to imprison me here forever. Stay silent and wait in prison. Sandra, I've been waiting for you.
The newcomer Donna, Sandra and Donna were two orphan sisters. Even though Donna was just a character in the story, her endearing nature made Sandra deeply fond of her.
I've been chosen to join the elite squad of the king. Hurry and fulfill your promise. Give me your bracelet.
Sandra handed the bracelet to Donna, knowing this would be their final conversation. After today, the time rift would return her to reality. However, In the days that followed, Sandra saw no sign of the time rift opening. While the story continued with Donna entering the palace. Time passed by. A whole month had passed. When Sandra walked down a path, she made a startling discovery.
Donna's bracelet? How did it end up in that person's hand?
Concerned, she stealthily mingled among the crowd. The king was welcoming new recruits with a grand banquet. Curiosity led Sandra to a secluded area, far from the main castle. She peered through a window.
No! Get away!
Oh no, Donna!
In the next window, she saw poor Donna with the same sorcerer from before.
Hurry! Save the girl! The monster's coming!
Sandra was about to charge.
But what if Hera discovers me using magic recklessly? She would have a reason to keep me in prison. Back off, you creepy creature! Sandra, save me! How dare you bully my little sister? Sandra, I'm so scared!
Swiftly, the monster shattered the time-freezing spell and charged toward them.
Give me a hand! What is it?
It's Brian's pet who can absorb people's fears.
But where's the king? Why are they allowed to do this in the castle?
Brian has taken the king's place. Now, the king is the demon I've been searching for.
It turned out that Brian had harmed the king, usurped from the throne, and called the people to the palace under the guise of selecting elite soldiers. He used the three-headed monster to collect their fears and grow the dangerous monster egg.
That's the monster's egg?
Once he hatches, thousands of monsters will be unleashed. Moreover, Brian will gain immensely powerful magic. The tables have turned. To escape from this book, you must capture Brian.
Don't even dream about it!
If it weren't for Tristan and Brian's appearance, Sandra would have easily gotten out of this book. She wouldn't have gotten involved in this trouble.
Sandra, many others are still trapped. Please help them.
Donna, worry about yourself first. Deal with Brian yourself. I will have a word with the goddess Hera.
Lost in her anger, she failed to notice the danger approaching.
Sandra! Donna! Oh, Donna! Save everyone! Promise me!
Greetings, esteemed guests.
As it turned out, earlier at the main palace, Brian had discovered something peculiar. And the three-headed monster had been kept in the dungeon for a while, but the monster egg had shown no sign of cracking. Thus, he went down to check on it.
Oh my dear, I had to expend so much energy to revive it from the egg. No worries. If I know this old, worn-out book contains a deity, there's no need to bother collecting the tiny drops of fear from the common folks. You wicked fiend. I'll seize the fears of whichever time goddess you're in love with.
In the realm of Brian's wicked laughter and the tragic demise of his sister, Sandra felt immense sorrow. She unleashed deadly strikes upon the monster, despite its eerie and menacing transformations.
Sister! Donna! Sister, I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
Sandra! It's just an illusion!
Sister, save me! No!
Sandra fell into the trap, allowing her own fears to surface. She noticed Tristan exhausted, while the swarm of monsters increased with every passing moment. Sandra knew that, in a little while, Brian would finally possess the magical source he craved and the formidable army he desired. Sandra faced a difficult decision. Defying the forbidden act proclaimed by the stern goddess Hera, she deliberately opened a time rift.
Tristan, bring him back to reality!
No! Sandra!
Hurry!
Though unwilling, with a fate hanging by a thread, Tristan exerted all his strength to pull Brian into the rift. Simultaneously, the egg hatched, revealing the coveted power Brian had sought, and a swarm of demons emerged. While Brian faced his punishment and the magical source decimated over half of the monstrous army, Sandra was left confined within the pages of the book forever. as she had committed a grave offense. Well, the goddess of action remains steadfast.
Why are you here?
I've come to escort you out. As it turned out, the goddess Hera had pardoned Sandra for her instrumental role in capturing the demon Lord Brian.
But many of the creatures from the eggs remain undefeated.
They've already been taken care of. Brian himself remained behind to deal with the horde of creatures he had unleashed.
Can we believe him?
Fear not. Look! To ensure Brian did not resort to mischief, the goddess Hera had dispatched a supervisor, none other than Donna, the kind-hearted girl who had been resurrected, though she lost her past memories. Tristan led Sandra out of the book. The demon lord struggled to keep up with the chaos he had created. This is a timid girl who was suddenly transformed into 3 majestic gods who ruled over Mount Olympus. The beautiful goddess Aphrodite, the wise goddess of war Athena, and the bountiful goddess Persephone. Who was this fortunate lady?
Nadia, come in.
That's right, her name was Nadia, the daughter of Zeus and a mortal woman. Nadia's mother passed away from a serious illness, and her dying wish was for her daughter to go to Olympus and reunite with her father.
Nadia, you can do it!
In the land of noble gods, a mere mortal girl was not warmly welcomed. Among her talented and beautiful sisters, she felt like an invisible presence at her own welcoming feast.
Oh, adorable, Nadia. I heard you inherited the power of lightning. Let's see what you've got. I can't.
She possessed a portion of her father's power, but she had never wielded it before. Everyone knew that Hera's purpose was just to embarrass her.
Give it a try.
Under the pressure of everyone, Nadia reluctantly tried to summon her lightning power. The demigod girl couldn't control the power, and chaos ensued at the feast. It wasn't until Zeus intervened that the destructive power was halted.
That's enough. Quickly, bring the mirror illusion here.
Nadia didn't know that her humiliation was just beginning. As per Olympus's tradition, each princess had to step into the mirror illusion and find her own crown. The other princesses were already making progress on their quests.
Oh my, just give up. A demigod like her can't achieve anything.
The taunts from her older sister successfully infuriated Nadia.
Enough! Go back to where you came from. You're just a waste of time.
Embarrassed and angered by the situation, Nadia couldn't hold back her frustration.
I don't think I'm incapable. You and you! Yes, all of you! You were born into privilege without effort!
What did you say?
Silence! Do you really think that way, Nadia? Very well. I will make a pact with you.
According to the pact, Nadia would have 4 chances to complete the challenges. Additionally, she would be allowed to transform into her 3 sisters. The goddess of love, Aphrodite, the goddess of war, Athena, and the goddess of harvest, Persephone. If she couldn't complete the tasks after all 3 transformations, Nadia would have to face the challenges without the protection of any god.
And what are the conditions?
Besides your strength, you must also bear the weaknesses of your sisters. More importantly, if you fail to save yourself, you will vanish forever in the illusion.
Nadia, it's not necessary.
Nadia felt a moment of touch, realizing that Persephone was perhaps the only one concerned about her.
I agree.
For her first transformation, Nadia decided to become the goddess of love, Aphrodite. From the moment she assumed the role, Nadia enjoyed the charm of being a beautiful and alluring goddess. She met Leo, a kind forest deity, who was instantly captivated by her. They went on sweet dates, and for the first time, Nadia boldly used her powers, creating a dazzling rain of light that left Leo in awe. Listening to Nadia's story, the kind forest deity immediately offered to help. Look, Nadia, it's the chest you've been looking for.
Ooh.
With his help, Nadia found her crown crest, but she didn't expect... Ha ha ha! I've been waiting for this day, you foolish girl. It turned out that Leo was a deceitful monster who coveted the power of the crown but couldn't open the chest himself. Taking advantage of Aphrodite's innocent love, he deceived Nadia. Thus, Nadia failed her first transformation.
Ha ha ha! Look at her! Oh, the naive little girl.
I won't give up!
For her second transformation, Nadia became the goddess of wisdom and war, Athena.
Please, goddess, save this weak soul!
Nadia immediately recognized the deceitful monster. She turned the tables on him, making Leo help her find the crown. With her extraordinary combat skills and Athena's strategic mind, the demigod defeated Leo. However, the merciless goddess of war inadvertently caused the deaths of many night butterflies, the forest souls. The enraged souls rose and formed a powerful wave, attacking Nadia. In a desperate move, she used her lightning power to create a shield and bring it out. Within the shield, she deftly crafted a second protective barrier. But even with the combined power of her shield and lightning, it was not enough. Nadia continued to fail in her second transformation. Now, she only had one option left, to become Persephone, the perpetually sorrowful goddess of harvest. In return, she would have a powerful and loving husband, Hades, the king of the underworld. Under Hades' influence, Nadia didn't need to exert any effort to find the crown chest.
So I passed the challenge just like that? Was it that easy?
My daughter. Are you my daughter?
It turned out that the nearby cave used to be the home of a group of refugees who had lost their harvest season. An earthquake had tragically separated the mother and her child. She longed to see her daughter again, whether she was alive or not.
I am not your daughter.
Moved by the old woman's plight, Nadia felt compelled to do something. She thought about her journey, the power inherited from her father that had created the sparkling rain, destroyed great rocks, and so on. That power would surely help her save herself. Nadia decided to awaken her lightning power. But inside, there were only unfamiliar souls. The earthquake had taken the mother's life, and her daughter was forever lost. Famine and poverty had brought suffering to so many people. As a goddess of harvest, once abducted by Hades from her mother, Nadia couldn't hold back her pain and sorrow. She gave up the power of the crown to save the lands in distress.
So it's over.
Nadia was now left with one final choice, to be herself, a demigod with no divine protection. With her past experiences in mind, she didn't fall for Leo's tricks. As Leo saw his plan backfiring, his true face was revealed. Nadia fought back with her lightning power. Yet, victory seemed out of reach. You gods have only so much power, right? Oh no, you demigods!
Taste the revenge of the demigod!
Nadia managed to escape the clutches of the demon Leo, but was soon exhausted and lost her way.
Hey girl, you're looking for the box containing the crown, right? We can help you. Just help us defeat Leo.
But it was difficult for me to escape from him.
Then forget it.
Finally, Nadia agreed to cooperate with the Fireflies. With the Fireflies' guidance, Nadia was led to a high mountain where her crown was placed. However, Leo had followed the light and arrived ahead of her. Come here, don't be afraid. Help me open this chest. Just open it. Then you can transform into any of your sisters, and I can help you with that.
Really?
In the pitch dark night, Nadia, in a trance, followed Leo's instructions. At this critical moment, Nadia suddenly remembered her poor mother, who raised her with great effort. She also thought of her newly met sisters. Aphrodite, alluring but easily deceived. Athena, powerful but lacking empathy. Persephone, always melancholic due to her wicked husband. Even as gods, they had weaknesses. If she belittled herself, she couldn't expect recognition from others. Nadia refused to be defeated in such a manner.
Don't you dare take my crown!
She was determined to keep her promise to the Fireflies. No!
No!
The atmosphere at Mount Olympus grew tense.
Nonsense!
Zeus's unintentional display of power caused the sound from the feast to enter the illusion.
Haha, I expected it to live longer. So weak.
You're weak, not me! Nadia, I won't give up!
As she saw the swarm of night butterfly chasing Firefly's light, she came up with a plan. Nadia closed her eyes, recalling her journey. The strength of her father passed down to her, which allowed her to create sparkling rain and form a shield of lightning, even destroying giant boulders. That power, combined with her unwavering determination, caused her to emit a radiant glow in the dark. The gods believed that she couldn't return.
Nadia! Nadia!
Surrounded by a glowing dome, Nadia had successfully attracted the swarm of night butterfly who saved her life. Nadia returned safely and finally gained the recognition of the gods and her family. With extraordinary perseverance and courage, she became the 4th princess of Mount Olympus.
Let me know in the comments which transformation you like the most!
Every person had unforgettable encounters that they could never forget throughout their lives. For the ice spirit Snowvera, that was the first time she laid eyes on Maya. The child had rescued her. Only those with pure and kind souls could see the ice spirits. From then on, they formed a special bond. Follow WOA Fairy Tale to keep track of their story. Many years later, in the cold winter, Snowvera carried out her duty, bringing the white snow wherever she went. In no time, the whole village was covered in snow, and the air became even quieter. The deity of the 4 seasons, Harmonia, entrusted her with the task of protecting and caring for this village during winter. While resting, Snowvera coincidentally encountered her old friend. She sensed that Maya was seriously ill, with her life force dwindling.
Come here. You still recognize me? How could I forget you?
Maya had encountered an unexpected accident that left her paralyzed from the waist down. She couldn't leave her home, and both her body and mind suffered.
Perhaps when the last snowflake falls, it will be my time to depart.
However, the girl remained optimistic, still unable to achieve her dream of becoming a skilled dancer. Moreover, she had a list of wild wishes she wanted to fulfill before passing away.
Even though these are far-fetched dreams, I allow myself to dream.
Snowvera was touched. Out of gratitude for their old bond, she promised to help Maya fulfill all her dreams this winter. With this new body, Snowvera will embark on one last adventure with Maya. In her first wish, Maya wished to be able to run and jump freely.
This is so much fun!
After playing around, Snowvera rested before a lonely cherry blossom tree in the middle of an icy valley.
You know, I love butterflies because they represent freedom and happiness.
But unfortunately, time will not allow Maya to witness this butterfly's image breaking free from its cocoon and fluttering into the blue sky.
Don't worry, Maya. I can create a butterfly for you.
Maya also wanted to experience what it felt like to live in a castle and be treated like a princess. In this way, with Snowvera in Maya's body, they fulfilled all her wishes. They also helped the villagers. At the same time, Snowvera practiced dancing to help Maya fulfill her wish of becoming a dancer. At the winter festival in the village, Snowvera performed a beautiful swan dance in the snow, mesmerizing everyone.
I'm so happy!
The last day of winter had arrived. In just one day more, everything would end, and Maya's soul would depart forever.
I think I'm ready to leave. Really? What about me? I can't accept that.
Because Snowvera had started to see Maya as an important friend in her life.
As long as I don't lose the last snowflake, you'll never leave, right?
Snowvera then used her full power to create a powerful ice enchantment, engulfing the village in eternal winter. As spring did not come, the villagers couldn't farm or travel to make a living. They gathered to plead with Snowvera to end this frozen state.
Please! It can't be like this! It's time for me to go!
Snowvera stubbornly resisted, refusing to listen to any pleas. The commotion reached the ears of the deity of the Four Seasons goddess Harmonia.
Oh, you defiant child! How dare you hinder the cycle of the seasons!
However, the ice enchantment could only be broken by its creator. If someone else broke it, that person would pay by her own life. If Harmonia intervened, Snowvera would vanish, and the eternal winter would vanish forever. So, Harmonia quietly brought Maya to the Eternal Realm.
No! Where's Maya? I've taken her! It's time for Maya to enter the cycle of reincarnation. That is the law. No! I must find her! You are so stubborn! Besides, how long do you plan to stay in this body? I return to my original form when Maya is resurrected. Huh.
The Eternal Realm was a sacred place, existing between the human world and the soul world. Here was a beautiful city with all four seasons intertwined, and there was no concept of time or space. Souls could do whatever they pleased, but some souls were lost, unable to reincarnate or remain in the mortal world. Snowvera searched for her friend everywhere. Finally, she learned that Maya's soul was captured by a group of evil spirits. They had strong attachments, unable to reincarnate, and thus they lingered, tormenting weaker souls.
Release my friend!
The evil spirits were not easily subdued. they had cultivated for thousands of years to become demons.
Take this! Maya, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine, thank you. Come back with me, Maya. I'll create a snow image for you and put your soul into it. That way, you can live forever in eternal winter. I understand. But first, can you come with me to a special place?
She led Snowvera to the familiar cherry blossom tree they had seen before.
You can see this cherry blossom tree too? Yes, and the only way to leave the eternal realm is to pass through it. But first, can you help me one last time?
She wanted to see the cherry blossoms bloom together with her beloved ice spirit friend. When Snowvera turned to look at Maya, she was surprised to find her fading away, turning into glittering fairy dust. The fairy dust gathered to form a butterfly cocoon.
Please, Snowvera, end the eternal winter. During the time we played together in that winter, you gave me a very meaningful life, making me let go of everything and be ready for a new beginning. So please understand and release the village from this powerful ice enchantment.
Snowvera tearfully realized it was time to accept reality and let go of everything. Finally, Maya could reincarnate. This cherry blossom tree was also a bridge between the eternal realm and the mortal world. Here, there was no concept of time or space. Therefore, what happened on the tree could be seen in the mortal world. Turns out, the butterfly cocoon they had seen during the past winter was Snowvera's image going through reincarnation in the future. Now, spring had come. Maya had reincarnated as a free and proud butterfly fairy. Snowvera let go of all attachments and understood that every ending would have a new beginning. She became more responsible as a spirit. Every winter, she would return to this village to play with her beautiful butterfly friend.
That rain brought a small shooting star down on a fairy flower, and under the shining moonlight, a lovely fairy, Alula, was born. She was loved by the elder and her friends because of her gentle beauty of the moon and stars. And especially, every night, Alula will always spend time gathering moonlight, starlight, and singing to help magical creatures as well as humans fall asleep easily and relax. Everyone admired and appreciated her talent.
Alula, you are everyone's pride. I believe that by next ceremony, you will have acquired powers and weapons commensurate to what you are sacrificing. However, remember that when bringing the power of the moon and stars to each citizen, you need to keep a cheerful spirit and aura. Don't be negative, because that source of power is very easily influenced by evil. If your power is infected with bad habits, people's dreams will be affected, and they will have nightmares. I understand, and I will always try to do my job well.
But she didn't know that she was about to face the dangers that had always lurked for her from the demons, headed by the Demon King. As it turned out, before Alula appeared, this land never lived in peace because the demons always played tricks and disrupted the people's sleep in order to absorb their fears and nightmares as strength. With current Alula's power, the demons had gradually lost their energy, and they always wanted to take revenge on her. Well, if Alula wanted to make everyone happy forever, then I'm determined to take her down. Therefore, the night before the ceremony, the demons ambushed the path that Alula often went to gather moonlight and starlight, cast dark magic, shoot at her, and then left. The next morning, Alula was awakened by the people's screams with the elder nearby. Alula tried to sit up and went to check the situation.
Elder, where's Alula? It seems that she didn't work yesterday because we all had terrible nightmares last night.
Yes, that makes us feel very tired. No energy to work today.
Sorry, everyone.
Alula, are you okay?
I'm fine. It's just yesterday, while I was going to work, I was hit by a falling meteor, so I was injured and lost consciousness. Sorry, Elder, and everyone for this carelessness.
All right. I believe that after convalescing, Alula will quickly return and continue to fulfill her duties well.
After everyone left, the elder took Alula for treatment and discovered a strange, faint, dark light surrounding her.
Alula, I don't think that meteorite is normal. Perhaps this is the magic of the demons that dwell in this land, and only you can cast it off yourself. So even though I know you're sad, before you figure out how to undo the magic, you shouldn't continue to use the power of the moon and stars to protect the people's sleep.
I understand.
Don't worry too much. Today is also the day of consecration. I think this is also an opportunity for you to find a way to break this dark light.
After that, the elves led Alula to the Heaven Gate to determine her abilities and find her own fighting weapon. As she stepped through the gate, the new aura surrounded her, granting her magic to protect everyone's dreams during the ordeal. However, Alula was still unable to use it fluently after her injury, so she herself was haunted by nightmares about demons. When Alula was worried and frightened, she suddenly noticed a strange warmth emanating from the bedside of that resident, so she fired magic at that thing. Alula's ordeal ended successfully to the joy and blessing of everyone. However, in her hand did not appear any weapons like other fairies.
Why is that? Don't I have my own special weapon after the ordeal?
Alula, now you have been given the power to protect the dreams. In order to gain full power and get rid of all the demons' dark energy, you must find a weapon against those demons yourself.
If finding my weapon is associated with those demons, then I believe that the only way was going to their lair. Facing the enemy is the best way for me to perfect my power.
After that, Alula immediately went to find the whereabouts of the demons before nightfall to prevent the nightmares from coming to the people on the following nights. On the way, she caught a swan trapped in a net, so she rushed to rescue it. Appreciated by Alula's help, the swan gave her a feather and a net and gave her instructions.
Go to the end of this road, and you will find the Devil's Cave. You will face many dangers then, but I hope these will help you. Furthermore, the Demon King has a magic necklace, bringing suffering to the people. So you should try to destroy it to eliminate the Demon King. Thank you very much, Swan. I'll keep an eye on that necklace.
As it got dark, Alula finally reached the demon's cave. But before she could further scout the situation, she was attacked by dark magic from behind and fainted. When Alula woke up, she found herself tied up and the Demon King looking at her happily.
You're the Demon King, aren't you? Release me!
Don't waver in vain. Now that you have fallen into our hands, it is better to cooperate for mutual benefits. You completely became my minion and made everyone sink into a nightmare. Then you and I will rule this place together. What do you think?
What if I answer no?
So you think you'll be safe out of here with my mighty force? You are not strong enough to be my opponent. Besides, after the ordeal with the Heaven Gate, neither the Elder nor the Fairyland gave you any weapons, but forced you to find yourself, while all the other fairies had their own weapons. That shows they're looking down on you when you don't do a good job.
Hearing these words, Alula was deeply heartbroken and gradually lost her mind. Taking the opportunity of Alula's panic, the Demon King continued to use his magic necklace to hypnotize her into believing in the future.
Look, Alula, if you help me, we will surely rule the whole place, and everyone must bow before your authority.
After hearing the Demon King's enticing words, she suddenly felt the power within her light up, and the image of the people appeared in her mind.
I can't let people's sleep be ruined just for my own gain. And I also love the job of bringing beautiful dreams to people. And if I follow the Demon King, everyone will be in despair. I can't do that. I absolutely don't want people to be disappointed or sad when they put all their expectations on me. I must definitely put everyone's interests first.
After that, with a fake laugh, Alula agreed to the Demon King's condition for a chance to defeat him.
Okay, I agree to use magic to rule this land with you. Now hurry up and untie me so we can execute the plan together.
The Demon King was overjoyed and quickly withdrew his magic. Alula took advantage of him not paying attention and quickly snatched his necklace. Gradually, the Demon King's necklace changed from dark magic to bright fairy magic light on Alula's hand.
How dare you fool me, Alula? If so, then take the punishment.
The Demon King tried to use his strength to fight Alula, but she quickly dodged it. However, with the Demon King's powerful force, even if Alula continued to cast spells, she wouldn't match him.
Why are this necklace and Swan's gifts glowing? Maybe they have some connection? In that case, I'll try to use magic to combine them.
Alula used her magic to put the items together, and it turned into a warm, shiny thing like the one she'd seen in the ordeal. Then, when the Demon King and the demons rushed in to attack her, immediately that thing glowed, repelling the attack, and sucking the Demon King and his companions in.
It turns out that this one can defeat the demons in an instant. Not only that, the demons once trapped will be unable to escape and cause nightmares for everyone. This is a great weapon that can erase nightmares, protect people's night's sleep. It is a powerful dream catcher.
After that, Alula brought the dream catcher to the fairyland, to everyone's joy. Since then, this had been her special weapon used when she completed tasks on the land. With the treasure...
That sound came from a special instrument that they called Etwol. And Princess Agnes was more proficient in playing that instrument than anyone in the kingdom. Her Etwol sound could manipulate the emotion of those who heard it. One day, a troubadour girl named Canary appeared. She also owned a wonderful Etwol, and she could also create the melodious sounds.
How beautiful that sound is!
Yes, I see that it's even more melodious than the Etwol sound of Princess Agnes.
Knowing that there was someone better than her, Agnes was really angry.
I have to compete with her to see who is the most talented Etwol player?
Then, a music competition happened. When Agnes was playing the Etwol, everyone happily enjoyed the sound. It's Canary's turn. Her melody not only made everyone passionate, but also attracted other animals to come and listen to her melody. When the princess played the second melody, everyone was so emotional they started to cry. The second melody of Canary even calms everyone's soul. More than that, the plants around started to bloom and produce beautiful flowers. And the result was clear. Canary's melodious sound not only made people become passionate, but also attracted other creatures. This made the princess really angry. In her anger, she suddenly discovered a secret room.
This is my mom's room from before. Is there any way that she hid something here?
Stepping inside, she discovered a wooden box which was covered in dust in the middle of the room. More surprisingly, inside that box, there was an owl which looked really new. Agnes tried playing a note. That sound was really clear, making her really excited.
Great! With this Atwal, I will be able to defeat her easily.
Then, Agnes decided to challenge Canary one more time. Just looking at the Atwal, Canary was really frightened.
Princess, please don't use that instrument.
You're afraid that I will defeat you, right?
No, it's not. If you want, I will succumb to you. Just don't touch that Atwal.
You dare despise me? If you don't attend this competition, we'll punish you for disrespecting the royal family.
Then, the princess played a melody. At first, that made everyone really pleasant. But the sound gradually made people irritated. When Agnes stopped playing, everything around was totally destroyed.
What happened?
That's the Atwal of the devil.
Many years ago, their grandmas were the best wizards of the kingdom. For chasing the devils away and bringing the peace for the people, together they created Atwal. The spiritual power of the Atwal was so great that the devil all wanted to own it. One day, a devil somehow snuck into the room where the Atwal had been placed and absorbed it. When they realized that, the Atwal was absorbed half. They had no choice but to divide the Atwal into two halves. A half of it was used to sail that devil. Then they split up. Canary's grandma watched the half of the magical Atwal. And Agnes's grandma was more powerful that time, so she watched the half of the devil Atwal.
Months ago, there was a prophecy that the devil would be able to escape. Then my grandma asked me to find the other half, which sealed the devil, to prevent it before it's too late.
Hearing that, Agnes immediately dropped the Atwal. But it was too late. The seal was broken, and the devil immediately escaped from the Atwal.
You all have sailed me for too long, and now all of you have to pay for it.
Then he started to use the Atwal sound to attack everyone. The sound was so sharp that it could cut everything outright after touching them. Canary also tried to resist, but the devil's power was too strong. She gradually lost her control.
Princess, quickly run away! If no one will be able to escape, go find my grandma. She will help you.
But how about you?
Be quick! I cannot hold it off for long. Why haven't you left yet?
I won't go anywhere. This is my fault. I have to face it.
Then, the two girls together played a stronger melody. After a while, their melody gradually overwhelmed the devil. It gradually separated the devil from the Atwal, then swallowed him.
Canary, we made it! I'm sorry for my arrogance, which caused all of these troubles.
It's alright. Everything was also solved by your help. Thank you for not leaving me alone before. Anyway, I think that is also a good thing.
Good thing?
Yes, because the devil was defeated, and there is no devil Atwal anymore. Just keep this Atwal and use it to help others.
I got it.
And then, across the kingdom, the sound of Atwal was played again, making the light year
escape. My dark magic, after all. Surrender!
No!
Who's the one who just saved the princess? And what's the story then? Let's find out. In that magical kingdom, there were two close friends named Agatha and Sophie. Unlike Agatha's shy, timid look, Sophie was a haughty lady who loved to read fairy tales and dreamed of becoming a rich princess because she thought her appearance and demeanor deserved more in the lavish and splendid places. However, Sophie would be willing to join anyone who dared to speak badly or touch Agatha, who had taken Sophie with her when her family had the hardest time. One day, while waiting for Sophie to borrow books from the library, Agatha still worked and met a young man who was spending his last few coins to buy food for the poor child. Appreciating his heart, Agatha offered him some food, but was stopped by Sophie.
Agatha, we're poor enough. Don't give away our stuff to any strangers like that.
I'm sorry. Then let me give it back.
No, you just take it and go. Agatha! Sophie, it's just 1 or 2 apples that won't make us rich. Besides, I'm sure if we help people, sometimes they'll help us. Aren't all the fairy tales you read like that? All right. Consider it a blessing. Speaking of stories, today I found this fairy tale book of ancient magic. It says that if we go to the wishing tree in this village on the night of the meteor shower, all wishes will be fulfilled, and there will be a 100-year meteor shower this weekend. So let's go there and fulfill our dream of being rich.
Even though Agatha didn't believe in fairy tales because of her best friend, she nodded in agreement. On that night, no matter what they prayed for, such as gold and silver treasures, large houses, etc., it all didn't come true. During the sadness, they suddenly heard an old woman fall nearby, so they rushed to look at the situation. However, Sophie was afraid of her beautiful dress being dirty, so she showed dissatisfaction and only watched them bandage the wound. Appreciating the hearts of the two of them, the old lady gave them the star bracelet of friendship and turned herself into a star fairy. It turned out that it was the wishing fairy who lived in the wishing tree for thousands of years and waited for the destined people to come here to fulfill the wish. Having the chance to return to the rich life of the past, Sophie quickly said her wish.
I've been living a poor life too long. Therefore, I wish to have the status of worthy of my true identity right now.
What's your wish that you look so thoughtful?
I was wondering, how long have you been here and given people wishing?
The star fairy was startled to hear Agatha's question, but she answered honestly.
Maybe. It's been thousands of years since I was given the mission to grant wishes and not to leave the wishing tree half a step away. Because I've seen things change. Things grow freely compared to myself a long time ago.
That's so. Actually, I have a close friend, a good job, and I also love to help people. But sometimes I also feel tired and need my own space to relax, freely do what I like. So I wish you would be free to do what you want after all that hard work.
The fairy was amazed by Agatha's wish, but she still smiled and fulfilled the wish. When Agatha awoke, she became a princess who lived in a splendid castle. But Sophie was trapped in a witch's house with dark aura all around her.
What's going on? Why am I in this weird place?
Don't you wish you had the status you deserve? Therefore, being the bride of the darkest witch is for me the best option for you.
That can't be! If it's my wish, I'd be the lady or the princess and can't be the bride of darkest witch!
Why not? Agatha has a vague appearance, but she has a kind character. But you have a rocky and ambitious character. Very suitable as my wonderful bride. So, if our two powers are united by a kiss of love, you will help me escape this place and conquer the kingdom.
No, I can't be your wife, and there must be some confusion between my position and Agatha's. I have to find Agatha and get this straight.
You can't go to the castle. The soldiers there will surely drive you out, because you have the dark glory of a witch. So be good, and stay in the room. After that, even though Sophie imprisoned in the witch house, she refused to bow down to the enticements that she should give up Prince and Agatha. Sophie even tried to sneak out at late night. However, as the Dark Witch said, when the soldiers saw Sophie radiate a dark aura, they definitely did not let her in. At this moment, Agatha was also lounging in the palace because she did not know why she was here and became a princess. Suddenly, she heard Sophie's voice, so she was glad to run out and accidentally stumbled. Fortunately, Prince Tedros just returned from the neighboring country to hold her in front of the astonishment of Agatha and Sophie.
The prince? Was the poor man the other day?
Yes, because the Star Fairy sent me a dream that she was grateful for your kindness and made you a princess. I returned to the castle as quickly as I could to meet my benefactor and my future wife. Despite hearing the prince's explanation, Sophie did not believe the truth and was about to intervene in the next conversation when she was summoned by the Dark Witch.
Let me go! Why did you arrest me? I tried to get out of here, tried to meet Agatha and the prince, but...
No matter how hard you try, Tedros' heart belongs to Agatha. And I am the only one who understands your power potential, always taking care of you and taking you away from these people. If you still want to be a princess, then after the two of us combine our magic and rule this kingdom, I will help you live with the throne you want. Hearing the sweet words from the witch, plus the fire of hatred burning in her mind, Sophie was gradually persuaded and let him absorb the rage and selfishness in her for him. By the time Tedros and Agatha got there, Sophie had agreed to give the witch a kiss and helped him gradually regain his sealed magic. It turned out that because of being worried about Sophie, Agatha begged Tedros to rescue her friend, but when they got here, it was too late. Even if Tedros panicked and attacked the witch, he immediately knocked him down, then fired magic to destroy the entire kingdom. Although Agatha felt very frightened by the scene in front of her, she saw Sophie was gradually being completely controlled, so she tried to risk storming into battle with the Dark Witch.
Sophie is now completely manipulated by me and has become evil. It is not long before you can touch or awaken her mind.
No! What Sophie wanted was to be a good, rich princess who helps people like in fairy tales. Besides, she's not the kind of guy who does everything she can to destroy people to get what she wants. So, even though she's going the wrong way and being manipulated by you, I believe her heart is still on the right track.
Hearing Agatha's words, the witch was angry, intending to silence her forever. Sophie awakened from Agatha's friendship and tried to shield her best friend from magic. Because his magic flick was too strong for the common people, Sophie was slowly dissipating.
No, I can't be silly again. Certainly, I will punish you all!
But as he rushed towards Sophie and Agatha, a bright light emanated from their friendship bracelet and struck him. Tedros also took the opportunity to destroy the witch, causing her to be completely dissolved. Fortunately, it couldn't help Sophie to recover from her wounds and recover as she had originally done.
I'm sorry, Agatha. I thought you loved me and wanted to rule the kingdom with me, but it was all a lie. What he really wants is just to destroy everyone, so I can't let him hurt you. But thanks to you, I understand that the real princess doesn't have to be a splendid appearance, but they need pure heart, willing to ignore mistakes and help everyone. I am willing to sacrifice myself to make up for the mistakes I made to you and to everyone else. Besides, I've just seen a stronger Agatha, so I hope you can keep this up without me around. I see. I'm glad to have a friend like you around.
Then Sophie vanished under the stars before Agatha's morning. Over the years, Agatha always tried to fulfill Sophie's wishes with Tedros, and gradually, the two also began to get to know each other and decided to marry. That day, while everyone was